Yo, hit the like button. Whoever's here, hit the like button. Oh shit, nah. Can you hear me? I had it on mute. Shout out to Street Queen. Salute. You can hear me? All right. Nah, just I don't know. I was watching Sage's joint. I was watching Sage's joint. That shit just ended. I don't know what happened. I don't know. Maybe he ended it, but ain't nobody else live. Ain't nobody else live, and I ain't been going live and shit like that. And I kind of after I stopped going live, I stopped kind of being like when I was going live all the time every day. I was it was like when I didn't go live or I was going live a little later, I would feel like I was like I was I didn't feel right. I was missing that shit. And then after I stopped going live, then when I go live, it's like it's not that I'm not used to it, like I don't care, but it's like it's not part of my program anymore. So I'm like, fuck it. I'm gonna start going live next week. I said that. I said I don't know, maybe Monday. I don't know. I might not even I don't know, maybe Saturday. Um so I'm just on to spark up the live a little bit. And this is not even the channel I'm gonna go live from. Cause I can't connect. Listen, I got this channel and then I got the one I be doing the dog shows on. Both of those channels are under one email. I don't know how I did that, but they're both under one email. So I can't connect this channel. I can't connect it to the StreamYard for whatever reason. I can't, and I don't really want to go live on my other channel on the stream. I can. I just don't want to be messy on that shit. I just hit 500 subscribers last night on my other shit. Yo, I went live last night, right? And I forgot to say that I was talking a little bit of shit, not too much, but I forgot to say salute to everybody in the building. Hit the like button. I forgot to say that your karma is a motherfucker. I'm really not gonna speak on shit like on live and shit, because I know motherfuckers is waiting on that shit. But let me just say, the people that was up here fucking talking mad shit about me, and I'm not talking about people I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Those people are going through some fucked up situations right now. And for some, I do feel bad. I do feel bad because I'm just like that. But I was sitting back thinking, and I'm like, yo, that shit's crazy how, yo, Pain, hit the like button, nigga. I know you're in the bushes. Como un mamabicho, you heard? I know some, I was thinking about that shit last night, and I'm like, damn, if people start to think about karma or divine justice, people know why they're going through the shit that they're going through. And it's sad sometimes when I think about it or I hear it and shit like that. When people be telling me or sending me screenshots, I'm like, damn, that shit's kind of fucked up. But some people are kind of going through some bullshit right now, and I'm like, damn, Vite, that's what you get for trying to destroy Henny. You heard? God don't like ugly, and I strongly believe that shit. Like karma's a motherfucker, yo. That's a fact. Man, there's 11 people in here, only one person typed. That's crazy. That's how I know all, all three of the Rico squad is in here. Herb, hit the like button, you little dick having ass bitch ass nigga. Yo, I'm just up here to have a little bit of fun. It's dead. YouTube is dead. You heard? Yo, shout out to Ming. Ming did a live last night. Uh, the chat was going a little crazy. You heard? The chat was going a little crazy. Um, Listen, I was having a conversation last night with somebody, and somebody was like, "Damn, Henny, you out here in the YouTube streets, putting people's business out there and shit like that." And I'm like, "Nah, you know what it is? That people thought it was funny since it wasn't their life they were playing with or their family, right? Or their name. Like that's some fucked up shit to say about a nigga and his daughter. You know what I'm saying? I felt like that shit was the worst, especially coming from the mother. But um, some people were rocking with me. and they knew how I felt about that shit, and they told me, yo, that's the most horrible thing you could say about somebody and their daughter. You heard? And I had conversations with this person, and I'm like, that person told me, like, yo, that shit, Sexy J, salute. That person told me, like, yo, Henny, I think that's the most craziest thing to say, especially there's people that this person saw me chilling with people before, right? When this shit first went down, and people were telling me, yo, I don't believe what they're saying or whatever. But the minute me and that person got into it, they came on YouTube and started saying the other backpedaling, saying, "No, he did do this, he did do that," and and I don't know some of these people, so I don't really take it too personal. But um, me and people squashed it and we moved forward and shit like that. But the person I'm talking about was telling me, like, yo, I feel like that shit is mad whack for you to fucking ride with you, a motherfucker riding with you, and the minute they get mad at you, they're gonna come on YouTube and say the opposite and say you did do this and did do that. Deuce, salute, right? And the minute Shorty got mad, Shorty said the same shit and did the same exact thing. And I'm like, sometimes people will say something to you, or like, emotions are real. You know what I'm saying? When you get into an argument with somebody and somebody says the worst to you, and y'all fighting and y'all going back and forth, you get emotional. You know what I'm saying? And people act on emotions. People act on emotions. Um, I feel like Shorty said the shit that she said about me off of emotion and maybe under the influence, right? And I feel like I got patience. You know what I'm saying? I'll show a motherfucker that when you play with something that I love, and you try to hurt my feelings because you're emotional, I could hold that shit down. You heard? I hold that shit down. I'm human. Sometimes I act up. Sometimes I'll act off emotions. You know what I'm saying? But to prove my point, it's like, yo, listen. This person was telling me, like, yo, Henny, I feel like that shit died down already, bro. Like, you don't need to be talking about that shit. And I'm like, why? Why? Because it's not because the emotions are gone now. How about how I feel? How about my feelings? Like, I should be able to speak about that shit in a year if I wanted to. Just because I don't react or act off emotions on the spot, don't mean that I don't feel a type of way. And I shouldn't have to respond when a person wants me to respond. I should be able to respond whenever the fuck I feel like it. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes I just feel like it. People will play with my family. Why can't I have my fun whenever I feel like it? I'm not disrespecting nobody. I'm not lying on nobody. I'm speaking straight facts. Somebody told me that's another thing I wanted to say. Yesterday I had a conversation, I was on a panel and the person was in the chat. I was having a conversation. It kind of seemed like I was getting at Shorty, but I wasn't getting at Shorty. I was just my feelings was hurt because I'm in the situation, right? But but and I don't really fuck with Shorty, but still, I feel like not just her, anybody that kind of looked at me sideways, like at the end of the day, sometimes you gotta respect that shit because these people don't really know me. You know what I'm saying? And when there's women and kids involved, like, it just shows that people do care about women and kids and shit. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes, and being that they were caring about my kids, I gotta understand that shit. Yeah, my feelings was hurt and shit like that, and I want to make my point, but you can't really force that shit. That's why I was glad as hell Shorty came into the I call her Shorty, but y'all know who I'm talking about. That person that came into DBN's chat yesterday had no business there. Um, I'm glad she did that because she's showing her hand. You know what I'm saying? She's showing how she gets down. DBN and never DBN and never said nothing bad. DBN from the beginning said, "Yo, I don't know who's," and DBN fucks with me. DBN said it from the beginning. I don't I don't know who's telling the truth. I don't know who's lying. I got my own shit going on to be worrying about what other households and other people are doing. And I respected that. Um he did tell me that if he believed some shit like that, he wouldn't fuck with me. And being that I show proof and shit like that, I'm assuming that's why he fucks with me, right? But DBN never he ain't never badmouthed her. Even though he fucks with me, he ain't never said, yo, she's a fuck. He's always said it from the beginning. Like, no matter what, no matter what, even if I feel like that shit is mad foul what they're doing, that still know that's your baby, that's the mother of your kids, you heard? So I'm not gonna disrespect. So for her to come in his chat and be disrespectful like that, I was like, damn, that's just crazy. And I'm glad though. I'm kind of glad because everybody got to see what it is, you know. Um, like I said, I got some shit I want to tell ya. I wish I really could, but I gave somebody my word I wouldn't until they gave me the okay. Um, so I don't know. Maybe I see that when's the 30th? And the 30th all the way to next Saturday. I probably can't say nothing till the 30th. You heard? Spec, salute, spec. Uh, this dirty sector shit. You know what I'm saying? It's fun and shit. You go in if you're going in as a spectator or just for entertainment. It's fun and all that shit. But I seen somebody saying to me yesterday that I bought the shit to YouTube, and I'm like, nah, no, I didn't. No, I didn't. Yes, it got bought to YouTube, but I didn't bring that shit to YouTube. I didn't bring that shit to YouTube. I try to keep that shit off of YouTube. Like, who the fuck would want? Like, look, look. To this day, two of my kids came up here and they put dirt on me. They put dirt on me, and I don't understand why. Like, yeah, they might have some resentment against me, but it's like, damn, my nigga, like, I would never come on the internet and lie on one of you little niggas. And even when they did, like, I know mad shit. I know mad shit about them right now that I could be up here speaking on, but I'm not gonna. Cause I'm not gonna, like, I still, no matter what, I still love my kids. People are like, I've seen some people that I fuck with. That's people tell me like, man, fuck them kids. Like, they niggas try to fucking tarnish your name, and I'm like, I understand that, and it's true. You know what I'm saying? It's true, but my heart doesn't feel like that. My heart feels like those are your kids, nigga. No matter what, you still gotta love them. I'm not even mad at the niggas. Yeah, my feelings are super duper hurt. Like, my feelings are super duper hurt. But am I mad at the niggas to where I'm gonna come up here and badmouth on them? Hell no. Yo, Deuce, you seen that shit? Like, um, nah. I'm talking Deuce. DBN had a live yesterday. DBN had a live yesterday, and we was all me, DBN, and Mac Mean was on the panel, and she came into the chat, violated. We were that's another thing. I wasn't even talking about her. We was talking about some school camp shit. Like like she wasn't even part of the conversation, and she came into the chat. DBN, what up? She came into the chat being disrespectful and talking about I'm an embarrassment and all this and how she got a career and a life, and it's like, so why, even if you don't got a career, even if she don't have a career or life, right? She has a husband, a whole nother husband. She was out here saying that I'm such a monster. She even did the fucking crocodile tears on BDB's joint. I was scared for my life. If it wasn't for my new husband, I'd probably be dead somewhere. That's what she said. But you're gonna make it into DBN. I would understand if DBN and her had a rapport and they were cool, but she don't know who DBN is. She don't know none of those people in the chat. Not like that. She might have saluted one or two people in the chat, but she's never you know what I'm saying? And for her to be to her to be coming to the chat disrespecting me and it's like I'm like, wait a minute. I don't care if you have a life and a career. You have a whole husband. You said I'm a monster. Wouldn't you want to stay away from this monster? Wouldn't you? Well, aren't you happy with your new husband that you say that he saved your life? He's your what? Her his what she says? She called him her her black armor or something. She called him something. She called him something. It's like, so why are you even listen? If DBN did a live, right? If DBN did a live and I fuck with DBN. And I come to and I see he's live and I go into the chat and I'm about to type and I see he's been on for an hour. And I start looking in the chat and I see she's been in the chat for an hour. I'm not even gonna type. Even though I fuck with DBN, I might hit him up on the side and be like, yo, I'm playing the bushes, but I'm not typing in there. Because I'm staying the fuck away from her. So for her to see me in the chat of somebody she don't even know, somebody send her a link. I would think the smart thing for her would have been is just to stay in the bushes and listen or rewind and see if I mentioned her. And if I didn't and she see that we're not talking about her, I keep it pushing. I got no business in there, but she came in there looking for attention. Only fact, salute. Appreciate you pulling up. Um, shout out to that's another thing I wanted to say. Um, I was on the panel and I was asking Shorty, I was asking I'm gonna say her name because I'm not disrespecting her or nothing like that, just so because I don't want y'all to confuse the two girls. I was on the panel before this happened. I was talking to Simba from the panel. Um, at one point I saw Simba in Payne's chat saying she's a woman, and she can't fuck with people or be around the people that have those kind of allegations. I respect that, I understand that. Cool. I told her after that I was on Sage's panel one day, and I told her I'm like, yo, I don't got no beef with you. When you go live, I see you go live. I'll hit the like. So if I'm interested, I watch when the boxer she be doing the boxing shit. I ain't gonna lie, I be watching that shit. Um, when I saw her write that shit in Payne's chat, it didn't hurt my feelings because who it was, and because I don't know her. It hurt my feelings because I never did no shit like that, and people were starting to question it. You know what I'm saying? And that's some hurtful shit for a person to think that you did that shit to your child. You heard? That's what hurt my feelings. But when I saw her in the chat yesterday, it seemed kind of like she was when she saw my baby mom go into the chat. It seemed like she was like confused, like why would she even be here? Why would she even be here? You know what I'm saying? And that's the shit that when I say I got patience, that's the shit I be talking about. Like I'm not gonna force. No, listen. Uh, right. A lot of people when this shit was going on, I was like, Henny, you're doing too much explaining. I want to explain nothing to people. But this is not like, yo, Henny be eating his boogers, right? This is not one of those. Like somebody said that, believe what the fuck you want, you heard? This shit is something that is serious, and it's serious to me. That like it's not just a serious allegation, but I love my kids. Like that shit is hurtful. You know what I'm saying? Um, I did try to defend myself. Of course I would. Especially, everybody feels the way they feel. Some people feel I'm not gonna say nothing. Some people say I'm gonna fight it to the death. I just want to give my side of the story. Now, you if you I feel like if you don't correct a lie, I feel like I heard I was watching Sage earlier, and I believe it was React that was on the panel, because I couldn't see who was up there, but I could hear his voice. It sounded like it was React. He said a lie on a lie that you don't correct, drop got salute. A lie that you don't correct snowballs. You know what I'm saying? There's a snowball, and I feel like that's why I did that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like that's why I was trying to defend myself. But um with everything else, I don't have to come up here and listen. A lot of people said, and shout out to Craigle. I don't got no smoke with Craigle. I had a conversation with him recently when this shit first went down. I saw him in the chat, and he was on a panel, I believe, or he might have been in the chat, and he said, "I saw Henny assassinating her character," and I thought to myself, and I'm like, "When have I assassinated her character?" But then I thought about the story I told, the when I was explaining this shit, and how I was with the kids by myself for 2 years because she walked off and shit like that. I started to think about that shit. And I'm like, you know, a person that don't know us listens to that and thinks the worst. Maybe I'm like, maybe that's what he thought. Maybe that's what he was considering. That's what he meant by he was assassinating a character. Because, like I said, I don't like to talk about it. But when I was out with my kids for those 2 years, people would ask me, "Where's the mom at?" I had people actually like not believe me. Like you know what I'm saying? Like the one of the teachers in the school, they was like, that's hard to believe that the mother would, you know what I'm saying? And I, it's just my truth. It's just my truth. And some people will look at it and it might seem like I'm assassinating her character. I never got up here and called her any kind of whores. I never, I, what I said was, and I kept it real with people. I said, yo, my youngest daughter, Aliana, I didn't find out she wasn't my biological daughter till 2018. I never came up here and was like, oh, the mother's a fucking whore. I never said no shit like that. But by me saying, yeah, I was under the impression that was my daughter. I didn't find out till 5 years later that she wasn't my daughter. People, people listen to that shit and they're like, yo, and they make their own mind up. They make their own judgment based on that. I never came up here and said, she's any kind of filthy nothing. Yeah, I've been upset. I was just talking about emotions a minute ago. Yeah, that's a fact, DBN. Uh, um, I get emotional too, especially when you're putting these crazy allegations on me. One minute she says she had no dealings with me, she don't know nothing about me, she moved on and got far away from me in 2014. But then the next second, she supposedly got all this info, right? She went on different panels and she supposedly exposed me for mad different shit. First it was I did this, then it was I did that, then it was my health, then it was I'm a junkie, I'm a fucking pillhead. She got in a fucking chat. I didn't see it till the next day, but she was in a chat. Um she was in old chicks live, and no disrespect to Shorty. I'm calling her old chick because I don't want to say her name. But I was watching the live the next. Somebody sent me the shit the next day, and I was watching it, and I'm listening to what she's saying. Shorty's up there, not my baby mom's, the chick panel she was on. She was like, who, me? I don't know what that means. Like, are you telling me, or you saying that I do? But check this out. Shorty was up there. She was like, he ain't never been no an electrician. And 16, shout out to 1609, that's my boy. He was in the chat and he said, nah, Henny said, and I did say that. Henny said that he stopped working when he got into the accident, which was true. But when he said that, Shorty was on the panel talking. The person's that channel, the person that runs that channel was on the panel talking. My baby mom was in the chat when 1609 from the chat told the girl on the panel, yo, he said that he stopped working when he got into the accident. My baby mom responded in the chat and she asked 1609, she was like, he said he was in an accident? And 16 was like, yeah, he got in a bad car accident and he had to stop working because he had to go to physical therapy. She put a mad laughing emoji. She was like, yo, that nigga straight up lied to you, this and that and the third. And I'm reading that shit and I'm like, why would you tell this nigga that I'm lying? So I went directly, I got direct contact with 1609. Yeah, I can ask 1609. I went, and I don't have to do this. Yeah, rest in peace, El Campo. Um, yeah, I'm not saying nothing that hasn't been said, respectfully. You know what I'm saying? Like I said earlier, the most I'm gonna say is that karma's real. Divine justice is real, and some people are going through it right now. You heard? And it saddens me because I love some of these people that are going through it, but these people try to assassinate my character, and like respectfully, they're going through it. You heard? And I know all about it. But that's what I'm gonna say because I know they're listening, and I want them to know that, you know what I'm saying. God don't like ugly, you know what I'm saying, and I still love y'all, and you know what I'm saying. Y'all still young, y'all can still fix that shit. You know what I'm saying. Like, don't keep doing ugly, nasty shit because God is gonna make y'all go through it, and y'all know if y'all listening, y'all know what I'm talking about. But um, damn, I lost my train of thought. I was talking about before that. But you know that shit is just nasty work. It's nasty work. How this is a fucking this is a cruel fucking place. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes some people go off of what somebody's saying, and some people might not know. Like I was saying earlier, some people, I don't. I said this shit about Rose Gold yesterday. Shout out to Rose Gold. Him as a father. Look, I'm gonna say this shit about DC. The nigga still be going around in chats, fucking trolling me and shit, and fucking with me. And it's like, listen, alright, enough is enough, bro. Like, you don't want me to send you dick sucks, leave me alone. But at one point, I didn't understand where he was coming from because the man said he got nothing but daughters. If they put some allegations on that man, I don't know him, so I might look at him sideways. But once you show some paperwork and you show what this person's actions is like you know, you might trolling me is one thing, but like to keep bringing my kids up is a whole nother thing. You know what I'm saying? Shorty said in the chat yesterday, when she gets 50 subscribers, she's gonna go live and she's gonna show mad receipts and mad paperwork. Like, so what was everything you did already? Like you went on all these panels. Oh, that's what I was talking about. When she told 1609 that I lied to him, and she was like, "Yo, that boy's never been in no accident, this and that and the third." I read that shit, and I'm like, "Yo, I'm keeping it gutly." Shout out to my tío Solo, you heard? I was keeping it dead real. I'm like, how's she gonna tell this nigga? And I know I don't gotta prove nothing to nobody. You know what I'm saying? But if I fuck with somebody and I tell them something, to me that means a lot. It's my word. You know what I'm saying? I read that shit. I went directly into it because I sued. I had to sue the insurance company because my fucking hospital bill was 20 bands. My shit was $20,000. Who's the fuck's gonna pay for that shit? After 10 days, after I got into the accident, I was in an arm sling for I don't even remember how long. After 10 days, after I missed 10 days worth of work, the accident didn't happen at work. I wasn't even in a company truck. I was on my way to work. I was leaving a gas station. After 10 days that I didn't show up for work, even though I was in an accident, my insurance through work that I was paying for uh, stopped. They stopped after 10 days. They give you up to 10 days. After that, they stopped because I wasn't working. I was responsible for that $20,000 bill, so I had to sue. I had to sue the car insurance, the other person's car insurance. I think it was Geico or Progressive. I don't remember, but I had to sue, and they settled out. They covered the whole bill. They covered my whole hospital bill, and I got a settlement out the shit. But um, that shit is just not by word. You know what I'm saying? They actually send you paperwork. They actually send you paperwork, the whole breakdown, what the settlement includes, which it showed on the paper that it includes covering my emergency room fucking visit, my physical therapy. It covered missed work. You know what I'm saying? So I got a nice chunk of money, but out of I got my chunk of money that I didn't have to give to nobody, and they also covered all these other expenses. You know what I'm saying? They gave me paperwork for all that shit, and when I went to sign all the paperwork, they gave me a nice folder. It was nice, this one of these big lawyers. They gave me a nice folder with all the paperwork, with everything official, everything stamped, and all that shit. And I got that shit. I got that shit. So when I read that shit, um, I seen the way 1609 moves. 1609 likes to troll and shit like that, but um, I feel like if you lie to him, and I'm not talking about myself, I'm talking about if he takes your word for something, right? And somebody lies to him, he sees two people going at it, like DBN said before. He don't know who's lying. He don't know who's lying. You show some paperwork. This other person don't got no paperwork. He doesn't care because it you know what I'm saying. Like he got his own life to live. But that you know what I'm saying. That shit goes a long way. I went and I screenshotted everything. I took pictures of everything and I sent that shit to 1609. I said, yo, she told you I'm not she told you I didn't get an accident, right? It showed dates and all that shit. and I sent him all that shit, official paperwork, not some shit I wrote like nah. And he read that shit and was like, "Yo, my nigga, like she's fucking crazy, nigga. She's just straight lying to a nigga's face, like, you know, and that shit ruins their credibility." Kenzo, salute. Um, you know what I'm saying? And that's like I said, I got patience. I got patience. If I gotta go and look for something and take a picture, even if I know I don't have to do it, I'll do it. I'll wait as I look. For example, yesterday, had I been on that panel talking about her and saying something, then it would have gave people would have looked at it and be like, "Well, Henny, you were talking. Maybe somebody heard you talking about her and sent her the link." We wasn't talking nothing about her. For her to go in and tell Mac to shut the fuck up and all this shit, and I'm glad she did that. I'm glad she did that because not only did she do that and showed her hand to you guys, but she also wrote in the chat more than she was supposed to. You heard? She's talking about she's gonna go live and show all these receipts and do this and do that. And when we go to court and the judge sees that shit, she knows that because I said it yesterday. The judge sees that shit like, look, she's provoking me. She's coming to where I'm at, my space, where I'm at peace, where I'm chilling. I'm not talking about her. The life clearly shows that. You know what I'm saying? Kenzo, be easy, you heard? I kinda want to start a different channel though, cause like I said, I got this Henny, and the one I be doing dog shows is both under the same email. So this, it lets me go live on YouTube through here, but when I try to connect this account to the StreamYard, it's telling me that nah. So it's telling me basically that my other one, the one I do dog shorts, is only allowed to be connected to my StreamYard. So um I do like to get messy, you know what I'm saying? Just for the tube, some entertainment shit. So I wanna do a StreamYard so I could drop the link and shit like that. But I can't do it off this account, and I don't want to do it off of my where I be doing dog shows. I just hit 500 subscribers yesterday too. You heard? If I had on that in that on that channel, I had over 10,000 watch hours. So right now I could be monetized, but my thing is I put all my videos on private because none of them videos were official. All them shits was mad messy. The word FAGGOT was thrown around on there. All kinds of fucking crazy ass word. Just like 2 weeks ago, my video's been on private for months already. Just like 2 weeks ago, I was just sending somebody this other day. Just 2 weeks ago, I got an email saying, "Look, y'all know I started the quick live, quick live, quick live, but I didn't start naming them quick lives until like my 13th live." So and after the after my regular 13th live, I started calling naming them shits quick live 1, quick live 2, quick live 3. Um, I got way past over 100 quick lives. And just like 2 weeks ago, maybe 3 weeks ago, I got an email saying quick live number 85 or 84, one of them two, um, got age restricted. But my shit is on private. So I'm like, how the fuck it got age restricted? I don't know if YouTube did it or if like somebody saved the URL, and I really don't know. But yeah, I kind of got like when I was going live every morning at 10, 11 o'clock, it was like part of the routine already. I stopped doing that shit for months already, and now, when I think of Sparking Alive, I'm like, damn. You know what I'm saying? I want to get back in the shit. I might start another YouTube, respectfully. I might start another YouTube, and so I can connect that shit to StreamYard and put that shit, because I could do my Henny, my dog shorts one, but I know if I drop the link, motherfuckers get up. That's why I was telling Bucks yesterday. Shout out to Bucks. I ain't got no smoke. I can move past shit, but like, he was saying that Trooper Salute. He was saying that before people go and do the battle of the or the what is it the Clash of the Titans, uh you know everybody's gonna agree to the rules and shit like that, but that's not how it works. When your emotions and you're not in the mix of fucking arguing with somebody, you think clearly. I'm not gonna disrespect. Yeah, but let somebody you get up there. Let's say, for example, Trays and they were talking about this yesterday. Trays and Shots go and they do a clash, right? Trays might say something to Shots, but his vocabulary is already his vocabulary is so vulgar already that his response is not gonna be clear minded when he's not emotional. So, motherfucker might be like, yo, you live with your moms, and shout out to Shots. I'm not taking shots. I'm just saying, somebody might say something like that don't sound so bad to us, but to Shots, that's like an atomic bomb, and he goes the fuck off. I'll suck my dick. You know what I'm saying? And that's why I was trying to ask Bucks yesterday. You're gonna have to keep your finger on the trigger, cause you go from nah, all right, cool, nah, we're just gonna battle. Like most of the motherfuckers around here, when they battle and they clash, there's no clean substance. It's all Matruski this and suck this and your mother that, and you know what I'm saying. So that's gonna take a lot of discipline for two motherfuckers to get up there and battle, especially the most of the people that Sky Swizzy, Freshy, um, they might be able to compose themselves, but sometimes you be in the mix. There's gonna be a lot of fucks and a lot of SMDs and a lot of these and that's going on. You heard? Yo, Payne, hit the like button, nigga. I know you're in the bushes. Missy, hit the like button. I know you're in the bushes. You heard? If you give me the view, at least give me the like. You heard? I know. I know Payne sent you that shit like he did yesterday. Yo, that might not seem like a lot to y'all. You heard? But to me, I love that she threw him under the bus because he thought he was gonna send the link and play the bushes and nobody was gonna say nothing, and she exposed him. So maybe a lot of people didn't say it, but I know everybody was like, "Ah, this nigga's in the bushes," and he hates us. He hates us. Yo, he calls us the dick. Yo, Stafala, the dick boys. But that nigga he was silent. He was silent sucking Matruski. You heard from the bushes. Yo, that nigga's hand got shown. He tried to hide his hand and I know he probably told her like, why'd you say me though? Like, no, I didn't want them to know. She's probably, oh my bad, I didn't. But she exposed him, and that shit was funny to me. That shit was funny because he talks about he can't stand niggas and he don't. I don't even watch them niggas. Fuck the dirty sector. This and that and the third. And hey yo, DBN, I don't know if he's still in the building, but I heard somebody was mentioning you last night. You heard? I heard somebody was mentioning you. You might be hip to it. You might be hip to it, but I'm like, this person talks about this person talks about the dirty sector and them bunch of losers. I don't fuck with the dirty sector. So all this shit about the dirty sector, but I see his lives be popping up on my shit every time he goes live, the shit pops up. Sometimes I click on it, sometimes I don't. But every time I click on it, he's talking about the dirty sector. He's talking about the people in the dirty sector, mentioning names and all that shit. And I'm like, this dude's a fucking clown for real, for real. Shout out to the dirty sector. That shit, people be saying all the time, yo, people be like, yo, the dirty sector dying down. And then like 2 hours later, that shit be in an uproar. You heard? That shit's hilarious to me. I ain't see nobody live, so I'm like, let me go live for a little bit. Um, Hopefully somebody goes live and you know what I'm saying? And it'd be lit. I don't really wanna talk mad shit, but just laugh at that shit. I do enjoy the trolling. Some people fuck with me and some people troll me and shit like that. I do fuck with it. Sometimes they go too far though. There's certain people that be trolling and that shit to me is like, nigga, like that's not trolling, nigga. That's you're that's disrespectful shit. That's disrespectful shit. Um, there's some fucking funny dirty sector bouncer. That nigga be having me rolling. You heard? I feel like that's a dope fucking and it might be somebody I don't fuck with, but they do some clean trolling. I respect that shit. Word. Yo, it's been hot as a motherfucker here for weeks already. Like it's be in the 90, like low 90s over here. That shit got me fed up, you heard? Stuck to the leg season. Yo, hit the like button. Um, Damn, I was gonna say something else too, and I fucking forgot. I be forgetting. I be like, damn, let me finish what I'm saying. I need to start writing shit down. Yo, this dirty sector is crazy. Crazy as fuck, you heard? Crazy as fuck. Oh shit. I'm almost positive. Anytime I go live, my link gets sent out. So I'm pretty sure they're in the bushes, you heard? What up? I ain't gonna front though. I ain't see nobody live, and I'm like, let me go up there and just keep rubbing that shit in. That nigga got exposed yesterday for sending links and being in the bushes. You heard? Mamabicho ese. Oh shit. Oh shit. That's just crazy. What up? Yo, hit the like button. Yo, Trey, salute. Um, you know, and it be dead, it do be dead. You know what I'm saying? It do be dead. But like I was saying yesterday, like shout out to Ming and shit. You know what I'm saying? That shit does become a headache. Like when you drop a link and shit like that, you got motherfuckers always. There's one person or another that's always talking over the next person. It's loud. It's always interrupted, and it's like that shit becomes a headache after a while. You know what I'm saying? You get off a live, you be stressed out. Yeah, you get be fucking. You got a fucking headache. If nobody hits the link, you gotta be up there just talking about yourself and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? If you don't want to drop the link. Um, if you do want to drop the link, then you gotta worry about, and then if you don't, if you got rules and shit like that, then you gotta some people might not want to hit the link because the motherfuckers love the Stain. Latin Stain got exposed yesterday for being in the bushes at DBN's joint. You heard? Were you at DBN's yesterday? Trace. I'm asking because I don't know if you see what happened over there. DBN went live yesterday, and mind you, we was having a whole conversation about something totally different. I wasn't talking about my ex-wife. Nobody she don't know nobody over there. She don't fuck with DBN. She don't know who DBN is. And she popped up in the chat, violating me, Mac, and she said that she ain't had no beef with DBN, but then she was being a little disrespectful. Um, she came in the chat over there. She came in the chat. Like I said, nobody was talking about her. Nobody mentioned her name. We was talking about some other shit. She came into the chat trying to disrespect, talking about I'm an embarrassment and all kinds of crazy shit. That she gonna go live when she has 50 subscribers and she's gonna fucking expose me, and that to try her, watch what I say about her, she's gonna sue me, all kinds of crazy shit. She's gonna take me to court or some shit like that. And niggas is like, she talking about she got a fucking life and a career, and and niggas is like, so what are you doing over here? Nobody said your name. She said that she was over there because Latin Pain sent her the link, but Latin Pain wasn't typing in the chat or nothing. So that shit exposed the nigga. Like, oh, this nigga's in the bushes. Hit the like button, nigga. I know he was mad as fuck when she said that shit. He sent her. He seen me up there, so he sent her the link. So maybe he figured that she was gonna come and play the bushes, but she came and typed, and then she threw him under the bus. That he's the one that sent her the link. So we knew he was watching. And I get a kick out of that. I don't care what nobody. It might seem minute to y'all, but I feel like that you know, because a motherfucker don't type in your shit. There's always a possibility a motherfucker might be busy. He's not watching. Somebody's not watching. But when they say that, to me, it's like you just got exposed, nigga. He hates the dirty sector. He hates the MATHREWSKI, or what he called us. He said the dick boys. But that nigga's a silent dick rider. You heard? He said he's a silent he was silently riding the MATHREWSKI, you heard? And if he's watching, the girl from Massachusetts is watching, the ex-cop Irvin Martinez is watching, um all four Rico Squad members. They be watching. If the main nigga that says he hates us, the Chomo, he's a silent Chomo sympathizer. Oh my god, I laughed so hard yesterday about that shit. I laughed hard as a motherfucker yesterday. I ain't talking about shit, just waiting for this little hour to go by and maybe somebody goes live. I'm looking, nobody's live. Strictly, when you going live again? We need one of those messy lives. I was just saying that I wanna I'm gonna start another email and start a regular like I wanna be able to connect it. See, I got this account and my hand, the one I do the dog shorts on. I got them both under the same email, but I can't go on StreamYard with this account I'm on now. I can only go on with my other account to StreamYard, and I don't want to be on StreamYard getting messy with my other account. So I'm gonna start a new one so I can attach it to the StreamYard, and I could drop the link and do a StreamYard. You know what I'm saying? Like play music and all that shit, not just a throwaway channel. I can drop the link here, but I gotta set that up before I go live, and it only lets you bring one person up. We need one of those. We need one of those street queens shilling in the chat. Shout out to Lansky. We need one of those shilling in the chat uh lives. Hey, street queen, you want to hear some other shit? Right, I was listening to a bunch of screen recordings that I got, and my baby mom's was on Staines live. Right, he was interviewing her, and she said, yo, and what's wrong with him? What's wrong with him? At 9 o'clock in the morning, he's talking about shitting in the chat. Is he drunk? Fucking, can't believe he's fucking drunk. He sounds stupid saying that. I'm like, see, people don't correct people when they say it. I know Stain knows what that means. I know, because I've said that shit many a time. We just, joking, mocking you type shit, like the way you say it, because of your accent. Nigga pushes that narrative. Yeah, he be drinking. He be drunk. Not knowing. And he be drinking lemon ginger tea, you heard? Homemade. Um, she's like, yo, the shilling in the chat, like shilling in the chat. I'm like, man, that shit's supposed to be a joke. Like, you know what I'm saying? People say, like, some people say, woo chow. Some people say, get off the MATHREWSKI. Some people say, um, shout out to with us. She be saying, hello? You know when she says hello? uh, I ain't gonna front. Um, I be enjoying like those drags and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? I do be enjoying those drags. Uh, Besides that, just shooting the shit, man. I was bored. I ain't gonna find. I was bored, and I gotta buy me a fucking. You know what's crazy? When I was younger, I used to see my cousin working out. He used to have one of those lower back, those leather belts for when you work out and shit like that. And I used to be like, what the fuck is the purpose of that shit? Yo, again, again. I don't know. It might have been yesterday. I didn't feel nothing yesterday, but today my lower back is killing me again, and I'm like, what the fuck? I gotta get me one of them shits. White bunny. You mean snow bunny? Nah, she's not a snow bunny, son. Snow bunnies are. You know when you're eating like, when you're eating some cheese Doritos or something like that, or cheese doodles. How you how you suck your thumb and your pointer, like delicious. Like that's what a snow bunny's supposed to be like. You heard? And no disrespect to her, but you know what I'm saying. Nah, not snow bunny. They call those around the way cocky queens. You heard? Yo, Troop, you still out there? You still in the DR? You home? Oh, you know what I just noticed too? I just noticed that I got an avatar. Last time I tried to turn the count, no, even yesterday I think I had an avatar. There was no avatar popping up. My shit was there was a black screen. Oh, that's what's up. You was out there for a minute. I thought you, I thought you was on the. I thought. Shout out to you. I was like, damn, did they deport this motherfucker? Um, but I don't blame you. Shit, I know you was loving it over there, man. I know it's different though over there. My people's just telling me that it's different as hell over there. I was supposed to go down there in April. I was supposed to go back down there in April, but um I went down to court in January, and in January they didn't give me a specific court date. They told me they would send me a court date. So you know what I'm saying? I had to cancel out of that shit. Now actually I was supposed to go to we were supposed to go to Puerto Rico in April. And then after I said no because I didn't want to be all the way over there, and then I got a court date. My cousin was like, "Well, then let's go to Florida. Let's go to Florida again, and that way, if you get a court date, we just shoot back over there." And I'm like, nah, I don't, cause I gotta get a. I'm not taking my dog this time. I took him last time, and this nigga, sheesh. Now I understand why Bouncer don't want to babysit me because you know what I'm saying. I'm not about to leave him somewhere strange, home alone and shit like that. So he was everywhere with me, and he you going back? I ain't gonna front. I always said that shit. From the first time I went to Florida, I'm like, oh shit, I could fuck with this. That shit was like especially in Orlando and Kissimmee. That shit was a mini New York City to me. You know what I'm saying? Mad Latinos everywhere. Mad Dominican food, Puerto Rican food, the fucking Chinese restaurant, Chinos Locos or some shit like that. Pollo cheese. I forgot the name of the place. The one over there in Kissimmee. Keisha, salute. Appreciate you pulling up. Uh, the one in Kissimmee. Uh, Chino's Loco, maybe. Yo, fucking, you go in there. There's fucking real Chinese people, like any other Chinese, like official Chinese people. Motherfucker talked to me in Spanish. He said, "¿Cómo te puedo ayudar?" And I'm like, "Huh?" I was like, "Yo, how do you speak so good Spanish?" He was like, "Yo, when I was little, we came here. My mom moved us here from I think to New York City actually, from China, and then and then um and then from China we moved from New York City. We moved to Puerto Rico, and then from Puerto Rico, my dad opened a business over there, and then from there we moved over here. Motherfucker, I bought I believe it was either beef and broccoli and shrimp fried rice and asado tostones and shit like that. And no, and I bought what's that shit called? Not mango, the other shit, mofongo. I'm like, yo, that shit is crazy, son. Um, so salute to Kisa, you heard? East New York, salute. Appreciate you pulling up. Yo, East New York, you know how I am. I talk about shit. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? I ain't never meant no disrespect to you. You heard? Salute to you. I appreciate you pulling up. No disrespect to you. You know what I'm saying? At the time I was fucking with you and my feelings got hurt. You know, I was just talking about that shit. Sometimes people, do shit off emotions and shit like that. But I don't got no hatred towards you. I never did. I said what I said, and then I left that shit alone. You know what I'm saying? I do appreciate you pulling up, and hopefully that shit's water under the bridge, and you know what I'm saying, we can move forward and shit. You heard? Salute to you. Um, but yeah, I couldn't believe that shit. Like the Chinese people, like these motherfuckers are like really, like no disrespect to them. I fuck with Chinese people. Two of my good friends are uh Vietnamese though. They're Vietnamese, but still, they food. I be fucking with their food. Like I like Chinese food. I ain't gonna front. Growing up, I ate so much Puerto Rican food. I started to get tired of that shit. Um, that shit is crazy to see a real a Chinese person talk to you in Spanish like a Puerto Rican person. Yeah, you good. Yeah, you welcome. You good. You know he's gonna shoot you down. You good. Um. Uh. Uh. Yeah, that shit is. East New York. No worry about the apologies. You heard. You good. You good. We chilling. Um. The females over here they get wrenches and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? So yo, Keisha, and there's a place in Kissimmee. That's where my peoples live over there in Kissimmee. A couple years ago, I was over there. I stayed over there for like a month. This is Chinese spot. I believe it's called Chinos Locos or some shit like that. But yo, it's an official Chinese joint. You go in, the big menus over the counter. They got the stack of fucking paper menus with the little plastic thing with the rice in it, where you put the pens in. The official Chinese joint, but the motherfucker, the back of the menu is all Puerto Rican food. And they got the Chinese and Puerto Rican food, and the motherfuckers are straight up Chinese, but speak fucking great Spanish. Yeah, that shit's crazy. That shit's crazy. I want to go back though. I want to go back. I like that shit. They had mad little spots like with official New York City pizza. There was this one place called Friendlies. I believe it was called Friendlies. I just wanted a slice of pizza, and they had a big sign that said slices. I went in there, and I'm like, it was Italian people. And I'm like, yo, the pizza just big ass slices, and shit tastes just like some Brooklyn Charlie's Pizzeria or Luigi's Pizzeria. I'm like, yo, that shit is mad good. Mad Spanish people, mad it reminded me of New York City. Mad black people, and Spanish people, all you know what I'm saying, all together. It's like New York City in summertime all the time. I like that shit over there. I do too, Keisha, but when like at least like my mom and my dad got divorced at an early age, so I live with my mom. So I would go out to my dad's on the weekends, but Monday through Friday I would get home from school. My mom would make. I didn't like that shit back in the day when I was younger. I didn't like the rice with calamari with the squid in it. It would turn the black. Like when you come in the house, you could smell that shit. It'll turn the rice black, and I didn't like that shit. I just didn't like the taste. Sardines, I would hate that shit. Cow tongue, like my mom would make a bunch of stuff that I didn't like. Eggplant, I used to hate that shit. Now I'll eat that shit, but I got tired of that shit. You know what I'm saying? I got tired of that shit as a kid. Now I fuck that shit up, but shit. To me, I was always anything with spaghetti, um, pizza, meatball sandwiches, fucking. Chinese food, I fuck that shit up. Nah, hell nah, I don't like that shit. For real, New Apollo. I know that and it's crazy. I was just shooting at this dude, the cop, the ex cop that he's the number one meat sucker in Payne's chat called Big 5 Inch Irv. I remember he had sent me a picture. He had sent me a picture. He was at this little cuchifrito on between 44th and 45th Street on 4th Avenue, like literally across the avenue from where when I was born and raised at. And I'm like, yo, that shit looks mad familiar. I'm like, that shit looks like I used to live right over there. And he was like, yo, that shit's between 44th and 45th. And I'm like, nigga, I used to live right there on the other side of the avenue. Like the side connected, this 4th Avenue has the 5th Avenue side and it has the 3rd Avenue side. I'm like, I used to live on the 3rd Avenue side. He's like, nah, it's the 5th Avenue side. I'm like, you in Sunset Park right now? He's like, yeah. Hey, yo, my cousin got a restaurant over there called Nanos. Look at that. Look that shit up. It's on Mermaid Avenue. He's gotten great reviews over there. You heard? Nah, I never been. It's a Spanish place. New Apollo is in Brooklyn. I haven't been to the city in a minute, but I'm gonna go back up there. The Alabama Slammer. That's what she said. Chinese with Spanish food. That's what it's called. The Alabama Slammer. Yeah, what I got. Yo, that's just crazy. For real? Nah, I never. That shit, like you said, it's probably it has to be fairly new. I'm definitely gonna check it out when I get up there. I just don't know yet because I wanna I like to go with no fucking worries and shit like that. And like I said, last time I went somewhere, I took the dog with me, and that shit was a pain in the ass. I want to leave him behind. I'm not just gonna leave my dog with just anybody. You heard? That ass. It's been around forever. Nah, I don't know. Never heard of it. I'm saying, what is it? It's a restaurant. Did you say it was Chinese with Puerto Rican food with Spanish food, or is it like a club? I like New York City. Like when I be over there, that should be It reminds me. You know what I'm saying? Like the traffic be fucking. That should be insane. Uh, So I feel like when you don't live there and you used to like the way driving is in other places, when you get to bumper to bumper shit, it's like what the fuck, man. But in the summer times, I love being over there. I love being over there. You know what I'm saying? I went there a bunch of times. I let the car parked, and I would go and catch the train to Coney Island, go all kinds of places and shit like that. I feel like that shit is way better to fucking commute in the train and shit like that. But I feel like Florida is fucking nice all year round, and if it's a little chilly, the most you gotta put a little jacket on or something like that. Nothing crazy. You heard? Oh, it's a restaurant. Nah, where is it though? Oh, wait, yo, East New York. Now that you say that, I was just saying that my cousin Neno, he has a Mexican cuisine shit over there called Neno's on Mermaid Avenue. He just opened it maybe 2 summers ago. I'm not sure. It might have been two. Yeah, like August would be like 2 years, I think. Um, he opened one in Rochester first, and he started with a food truck, but the food truck shit out the roof, and then he went from food. He like he was getting so much business, and the food truck shit. He was only doing like he would only go like on the weekends to the public market, and then to like this shit in Rochester called the Lilac Festival in the summertime, where a bunch of food trucks go and shit like that. And he was making so much business out of that shit, but it wasn't every day that he ended up opening a restaurant over there. The restaurant went through the roof. So then he went. We got mad family in Brooklyn. That's where we. That's where my Mexican side of my family. That's where they came from. When they came from Mexico, they went to New York and shit, to Brooklyn. So we got a lot of my peoples over there. So he went from Rochester, he went down to Brooklyn, and he opened up a restaurant in Brooklyn too. And that shit's been going out the roof. Appreciate you, Keisha. Yeah, there's one on Myrtle Ave in Brooklyn. That's a fact. Oh, okay. You're talking about the other place. Yeah. Um. Yeah. That shit's crazy, man. I miss that shit. Yo, Uncle Ralph, salute. It's still there. Oh yeah, yeah, that's the shit y'all talking about, right? The Spanish and Chinese joint. Yeah, that's just listen. Like I said, man, I fuck with Chinese people. I fuck with everybody. You know what I'm saying? But that shit is mad strange to me because growing up, you might get a Chinese person that speak a little bit of English. You know what I'm saying? You can hear the accent, the Chinese accent, like crazy. But I've never seen, not till I went to Florida. This was in the summer of 2023. I I went into that joint. I was like, whoa, that motherfucker spoke no accent. He had no Chinese accent, but he looked straight Chinese. He looked like he didn't understand no English, and he spoke mad Spanish like nothing. That's a fact. Yeah, man. I was like, fuck it. Let me go live for a little bit because I don't see nobody live and shit like that. And you know, I'm gonna start going live. I'm gonna do a different page. I am. Y'all gonna see me share that shit out so I can get, because I got other pages, but I don't. None of it is messy and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? I my the one I be dropping dog shorts in. I just hit 500 subscribers, but my other page. Shout out to the people that support. You heard? I know about it. The other page, that shit took off. Listen, I started the page February 4th, and by April 9th, my shit was over 1,000 subscribers already. In like 2 months, uh, in 2 months and 5 days, that shit, I got that shit over 1,000 subscribers. I was like, oh yeah. I yeah, I try to I try to you know what I'm saying? Like I would love to share that shit with everybody, but to me it's like some not everybody. Like I fuck with a lot of y'all, and a lot of y'all, I know I went through some bullshit, and like I said this shit earlier, you know what I'm saying? A lot of y'all don't know me. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of fucking weirdos out there that, you know what I'm saying, might seem like a cool person, but you don't really know, you know what I'm saying? And I do appreciate the people that got concerned about this shit, because not only my kids, any kids, you know what I'm saying? To me, that's you know what I'm saying? I come from the old school. Women and kids, you don't fuck with. You don't even fuck with civilians. The only people that you fuck with is either the opposition or street motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of people that got concerned with my children and shit like that, like I understood that shit. I did. It was hurtful, but I did understand that shit. You know what I'm saying? And I'm understanding. You know what I'm saying? I couldn't fucking think and shit like that. But some of the people here, whether it's me or not, I've seen the way some people act, and some people are just evil. And if they know about my other shit, they're gonna go over there and try to ruin my shit. You know what I'm saying? So when they struck my regular one I be doing dog shorts in, that I couldn't go live for a week, that shit I don't know that shit. I was like, oh yeah, that's what y'all want to do. So I went and I did two other pages. You know what I'm saying? When I be dropping a bunch of graffiti shit, and then the other one I'd be dropping like upcoming rappers and shit like that. That one's not doing so bad, but the graffiti one, yo, that shit went through the fucking that shit went through the roof. You heard? Nah, I'm not. Um, but then this one, like I was just saying this, I just hit five. Not this one, but the one I be dropping dog shorts in. I just hit 500 subscribers last night, and I did have over 10,000 watch hours, but I put them all on private because it was all messy, and I didn't want YouTube not to, you know what I'm saying? I didn't want to get my shit taken, so I put everything so I don't have those watch hours anymore. I should unprivate my shit and see if I can get monetized. You know what I'm saying? But there's a lot of messy shit in there. You know what I'm saying? And people are hateful. You know what I'm saying? Um, So I'm gonna do a new page where it's not I'm not doing it to, you know what I'm saying, to be throwing all kinds of fucked up shit out there, but one where I can fucking connect it to my StreamYard and go live and shoot the shit and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Not nothing that I want to take too serious. Nah, yeah, Street Queen. People go live because nobody else goes live. You need to go live. You know what I'm saying? We have a good time over there. That's a fact. That's a fact. I was so listen. Last night when I went live, I wanted to go. I so bad. I was tempted to go live under the one I be doing my dog shorts in, but I'm like, if I'm really trying to keep that shit clean, then let me not. You know what I'm saying? And then this one, this one you get. Shout out to everybody that came through. You know what I'm saying? I think yesterday on this one, I think the most was like 19 or 22 people, but then that shit dropped again to 10. You know what I'm saying? I understand because I don't be going live and shit, but yeah, sometimes we need somewhere to go and chill and laugh and you know, look, well, yesterday on DBN's panel, I was telling Bucks, I was like, "Yo, Bucks," because he's gonna do the Clash of the Titans, right? But he's like, you gotta remember his page is monetized, so Clash of the Titans, from what I remember from China, it was anything goes. You're talking about Jaggeds and SMDs and you know what I'm saying? You're battling up there. You're not watching what you say. You're not keeping that shit clean. So if he's doing the Clash of the Titans too, the people that are in this sector, when you're not fucking mad or emotional, you can agree, yeah, I'm not gonna curse, I'm not gonna do this. But that goes out the window when somebody says something that you feel is disrespectful. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know how that's gonna work. Yeah, that shit went crazy yesterday up there, East New York. Like I said, uh, I'm human. You know what I'm saying? I'm human. I don't go out my way looking for my baby moms. If I see her in a chat, I won't even type in there. I'll keep it moving. And I just thought it was weird that she came in there trying to be disrespectful, not just to me but to them. And it's like, wait, I thought I was a fucking monster. I thought I was a monster with a monster. You know what I'm saying? And she, you know what I'm saying? She came in. I don't know. I just find that shit weird and shit like that. That's the shit I be trying to stay away from. I be trying to stay away from because, like I said, I'm human, and somebody say some disrespectful shit to me, it's like I'm not looking for you, but I'm not gonna duck no smoke either. You know what I'm saying? Tay, salute. Appreciate you pulling up. I hope everybody's having a wonderful day. You heard? Um, it's always better. Yo, that's just crazy too. You know what I'm saying? No disrespect to anybody, but it's always better when somebody else, when you're coming to YouTube or the dirty sector to be entertained by some messy shit until it's you in the messy shit. You know what I'm saying? That shit don't feel that good. You know what I'm saying? And it sucks to say, but I'd rather watch the messiness from afar and not be a part of that shit. Yeah, sometimes we get up there, sometimes you might troll and go at it with somebody, but all that like personal shit and making shit up on people, that shit to me is like, huh, yeah, that's a fact. Happy hump day. I'm definitely gonna do a I'm gonna sometime today I got some other shit I gotta do, but sometime today I'm gonna do a new email and and open another page so I can do StreamYards and shit like that. Cause like I said, I could drop the link before I go live. I can set it up to drop the link, but this shit, it only lets you bring one person at a time, I believe. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes people want to sometimes we had good lives over there too. We had lives where people went up there and we joked around and trolled around, but it never got serious where people are disrespecting families and women and kids and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? I'm not with that shit. I have I had me I was just saying that, Keisha, this page that I'm on right now and then the one that I do my dog shorts on, they're both under the same email. That's why it won't let me connect this one to my StreamYard, because the one that I do my dog shorts is connected to the StreamYard, and anytime I try to connect this one, it says that I already have the account connected to the StreamYard, but it won't let me go live on this one. It only lets me go live through here. But besides, I have three different emails where I got my dog shorts is my one page. The other one is the one I do the graffiti on, and the other one is the one that I'll be dropping those freestyles on. The dog's chilling, yo. Um, right, like 2 months ago, I started a different workout at the gym, and like I was saying, I gotta get one of those back braces shit when I go to the gym. Cause believe it or not, when you're doing a certain kind of workout, it can strain your lower back, and that shit fuck my lower back up. But I got over that shit. I was fine. I stopped doing that workout as much and not going so hard, and my back got better. Then the other day, I gave the dog a bath, and yo, that shit fucked my whole back up, and I didn't even do no straining. That shit fucked my back up. Um, but he likes that shit. He sees, all he gotta do is see me go in the closet and grab the shampoo. His shampoo got an orange top. When he sees that orange top, it don't matter where he's at. His tail starts to wag, but then he makes me fucking chase him to get him to put him in the tub. Like he's like, oh, like I don't know, maybe he gets like butterflies or something. Um, but he knows that he knows that I be doing the dog show. I don't know if he knows I do the dog shorts, but he knows that every day at a certain time we go for a walk. So right now he's looking at me like, my nigga, look at the time, bro. We gotta go for this walk. He's chilling though. That's another thing. They were telling uh, nah, he's not. Listen, it's got the orange top, but the bottle's the same. I feel like even if he sees the bottle, he's not gonna give a damn about the top. He's gonna be like, hell nah. Yo, trooper, no bullshit, yo. My lower back, I went to get out of bed and I was like, oh shit. Um, somebody said, somebody told, shout out to 1609. Somebody told 1609 that I was starving the dog. I'm not gonna say Shorty's name. My ex. She told 1609 that I was starving my dog. That you can see my dog's ribs. And I went and took a video of the dog. I took a video of the dog, and I got uh this big ass container. It's a big ass tote that is for dog food, so it don't go stale and shit like that. It's like it holds like 60 pounds of food or some shit like that. It's a big ass tub. I went and took a video of the dog. You know what I'm saying? And then I went and opened the container, and I'm like, yeah, I starved my dog, my nigga. And that nigga's like, yo, like nigga, they just try to fucking slay you. You heard? Eating bacon gives you a strong back. Yo, that's crazy. Ralph, that you said that, cause I stopped eating fucking pork, not for religious reasons. A couple years ago, my knee. I went to go to the store, yo, and my knee caught this badass pain. I was like, oh shit, like that shit had me limping. Um, for like 2 weeks, that shit had my knee fucked up, and I was wondering what the fuck. I was taking turmeric. I was um I was wondering like, yo, what the fuck, man? I can't have my knee like this. Fucking somebody was telling me, they was like, yo, you eat pork? I was like, yeah, hell yeah, nigga, I'm Puerto Rican, Mexican. My people was like, yo, you know that pork fucks with the ligaments or the ligaments in between your bones, your bone ligaments. You know that shit That shit fucks with that. They told me a bunch of shit. They said that shit clouds your like your memory, like your memory starts to get cloudy and shit like that because of pork and shit. Whatever's in pork. And I'm like, nah, stop playing, yo. Anyways, 2 weeks, my knee wasn't getting better, and I'm like, damn. So just for shits and giggles, when I went grocery shopping, I didn't buy no pork, none. Yo, my knee pain went away. My knee pain went away. Dead ass, even to this day, and I don't eat pork. And look, last year I went down to Orlando and Kissimmee and shit like that. Last April, and my aunt, my aunt, I went to visit my aunt, and she had made me two pasteles, right? And she brought them out, and I'm like, pasteles. And you know, pasteles, you put pork in that shit. Um, I ate the shit. You know what I'm saying? I ate it and didn't fuck my knee up, but I figure maybe I don't know. It might have been it might have just been a coincidence that my knee stopped hurting. But once I stopped eating fucking pork, my knee stopped hurting. Thank you, Tay. What's wrong with getting toto? I'm a man. I'm a single man. You heard? Listen, when I wasn't single, and I was a happily married man, I was loyal. You heard? I was loyal. I didn't cheat. I had no business doing none of that shit. You heard? But we all got eyeballs. We all got eyeballs. You know what I'm saying? Even if you're taking, you know, you might see Shorty walk by and she might smell gooder than a motherfucker and look gooder than a motherfucker. So there was, 14 years out your life. Um, you know, it's always, you're like, nah, I'm doing the right thing. You heard? Yo, the minute I was single, it's like, you know what I'm saying? Shit. You know what I'm saying? the minute, the minute, the minute, shit. But I was telling Uncle Ralph, I stopped eating pork, but I don't. You know what I'm saying? The pateles, I ate that shit. I ain't gonna lie. I ate some ribs. I ate. You know what I'm saying? But I'm kind of. That knee pain was serious, and I'm scared that I love pernil. I love pernil. I love ribs. I love all that shit. And I'm scared though if I start fucking being a savage with that shit, that my shit's gonna fucking start hurting again. What's it called? I might have went there. I went to Mass shit when I was there. Not a street queen. That's what I'm saying. Um, my issue was that when I would go grocery shopping, I would buy steak, chicken, and pork and either pork chops or ribs and shit like that. Where I just stopped buying the pork part of it. You know what I'm saying? I don't miss it. Only time I miss it is like when my aunt bought me those pasteles out. I'm like, pasteles, and I just fucking devoured that shit. As I'm eating it, I'm like, oh shit, she got pork in it. But like I said, I don't do it because of religion reasons and shit like that. What's wrong? What's wrong with the totivity? You heard? There's nothing wrong with totivity. That's what I was saying too yesterday. I'm like, yo, um, if and I believe it's the same for y'all ladies. You know what I'm saying? If you're a single woman and you get with a dude, you know what I'm saying? And you might like the nigga and shit like that, but the minute y'all lay together, if the nigga got a 5-inch banger, you heard? And the nigga don't do no tickling. He don't even, you know what I'm saying, get past a certain place that you don't, you know what I'm saying? You're not gonna think of longevity unless that doesn't matter to you. But to me, it's like, um, satisfaction too. You can't be with somebody that you're not gonna be happy with when you're ever done doing the business. You know what I'm saying? It's not just off of love; it has to be all the way around. You know what I'm saying? It has to meet all your requirements, type shit. You know what I'm saying? The person might not be perfect, but You might like the person, you might be attracted to the person might please you. But if you like the person and you're attracted to the person, but every time y'all sleep together, you stay with the want of, uh getting your orgasm. Let's just talk about what it is. We're adults, right? You're gonna want somebody that's gonna satisfy you and please you as well. You know what I'm saying? It's not just the one thing. You know what I'm saying? It's just like yeah, it's just it's not just the one thing. And to me, it's like if I'm with a woman and I feel like the woman's trash, then I'm gonna keep it pushing. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm not about to be with a woman and fuck up her life because I think she's beautiful, but she's trash in bed. So now I'm in a relationship with her, but then I gotta go and cheat on her because she's not satisfying me in bed. No, it don't work like that. Not with me. You know what I'm saying? Yo, Spec, be easy, you heard? Take care, Brody. You know what I'm saying? I feel like sometimes it be like that. Sometimes it be like that, and you know what I'm saying? It might not be her fault or his fault. You know what I'm saying? But if the other person is not satisfied, you can't blame the one person. Oh well, you shouldn't just think about sex. No, it's not just thinking about sex. It's thinking about the whole like. So then what? What? Then you get tempted to go cheat, and then you're gonna be blamed for that. Like no, like you know what I'm saying? Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Um, you know, yeah. Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy when you think about it and you talk about it like that, but it's just realistically, you know what I'm saying? There's a lot of fucking people out here that go through that shit. That go through that shit. They fucking, you know what I'm saying? A lot of people hurt themselves. There's people that hurt themselves or they hurt their loved ones because they go out and cheat. You know what I'm saying? And that shit could be all prevented if a person was just happy with who they're with and they don't. Nah, I'm not talking. I'm just talking realistically, though, right? Like, how you're gonna think you're gonna want to marry this person and be with the person for the rest of your life because you think the person is fine as hell, but every time y'all go to bed, you have to get your toy out and fucking use your toy because the nigga's not making you bust a nut. Like, it don't work. I don't feel like it works like that. I feel like a chick would be like, hell nah. You heard? That's why I understand. I would, and I'm gonna be messy right now. You heard? Irvin Martinez, the ex officer that be over there riding with the Rico squad. I feel like that's why he's so gossipy, and that's why he got so many troll pages, and that's why he be looking up people's information and shit like that. Because, like he told me in his story, he he told me that he came home and his wife was getting split in half, like Moses did the Red Sea, right? And he put his shoes on and left walking to his pants. He was an officer. He could have boomed the nigga. He could have fucking said the nigga was, he could have did whatever. He left. But then later on he was telling me he loves his new wife because she accepts him and loves him. Even though he's got a 5-inch Matrowski, you heard? What Keys called it? A micro Trusky. You heard? I understand. I gotta understand those people's frustrations. You heard? Those people ain't never heard a girl gasp. You know what I'm saying? They never been nowhere inside. You heard? They've barely broken anything. You heard? Respectfully, yo, East New York. That's crazy because I was on. You told me about that shit months ago, and I was on DoorDash not too long ago, and I seen that shit, and I'm like, oh, this is the place she was telling me about. Yeah, that's a fact. Keisha, he's never heard, you get the foreplay going on and all that shit, and then when you slide it in there and shit like that. Respect to all y'all ladies and everybody in the chat. You heard? He ain't never heard the girl gas, like, you know what I'm saying? She's probably just thinking like, you know, you remember that movie? Are we there yet? She's probably like, is it in? Is it in yet? You heard? And then he wants to he wants to talk about Henny while he's the one that told Henny this shit. I'm like, come on, bro. And then he calls himself Big Irv. You heard? That's what he calls himself, Big Irv. So you know what that means? That's what I'm saying. They don't know. They don't know nothing about them. Listen, those are the type of people that they fall over and they fall. They fall over. They don't got the kickstand. You heard? Yo, only reason I'm talking shit, to be honest though, is because the other day when I told you somebody sent me the link and somebody sent me the title, a screenshot of the title that the one eye nigga had over there. He was shooting at Mac Mean's fucking son and shit like that, and I'm like, damn, the nigga's son ain't even do nothing to you. But I got curious to see what was going on, so I went over there, and the big Irv nigga was in the chat talking shit about me. You heard? I'm like, bro, how you still mad at me? It's not my fault. It's not my fault. You got short ended. You got the short end of the stick, nigga. You heard? To me, it doesn't matter to me. You heard? It doesn't matter to me. I don't know what it's like, but you know, I don't really got nothing to say about him. That's the only thing I can say about him. So I'm gonna say that respectfully. Nah, it's a fact. I wasn't. Yo, I heard that. I wasn't even mentioning boy, or I don't mention boy at all or nothing. You know what I'm saying? When I see him talking shit, I'm like, oh, so you want me to spark up this 5 inch fucking conversation again? Okay, we can do that. You know what I'm saying? Uh yo, I heard on Nathan's and Coney Island got sold. I heard it's still Nathan's, but I heard they sold it for mad money too. A couple M's. I think it was like 5 M's. Yeah, I heard they sold that shit for a couple M's. I was like, damn. I was just on TikTok and I saw somebody posted a TikTok and they were crossing the avenue over there on their way to Coney Island, and I could see Nathan's in the corner. And I'm like, damn, rest in peace to my father. I'm like, damn, my dad used to take me over there all the time. That's a fact. I'm gonna try to see if I could go over there. This I don't know about summertime though. It'd be too motherfucking hot. I already live in the fucking heat in the south, so I might wait till hoodie season, like October or something, and go over there. It's gone. Nah, I don't think it's gone. I think they just sold it because I just saw somebody post a TikTok and it was I seen it. It was like a couple days ago. They might have they're about to change the name too, but I just seen the building still there and it says Nathan's on it. Unless it's an old video. No, it's not an old video. It was not an old video. It was just when was it? It was like 4 days ago now, 2 or 3 days ago. He just posted it. Um Might have been last weekend to be honest. Damn. I might go up there in the fall. You heard? I might go over there in the fall because over here our fall down here don't start till like fucking February. You heard? That's when it gets. That's when you might need a hoodie and shit like that. You might only need the hoodie at nighttime. You might not need the shit when like 11, 12 o'clock in the day. You don't need a hoodie. Like that should be fucking 75 degrees and shit like that. But then it gets fucking nighttime and it be 55, 60 and shit like that. I hope I can come there for this fall, man, because I miss that shit over there. Y'all probably sick and tired of that shit. Nah, I don't think I'm anybody that's sick and tired. Once you live there and you're used to that shit, you have to you have to be an out of towner to come there and deal with the traffic and be like, oh hell no, I like this shit. But I remember living there and I remember that shit was all normal. You heard? That shit was like nothing new. Like it was regular shit. Over here is a lot crazy. Like I was saying, over there you could park your car and just commute by fucking train. You know what I'm saying? You might have to walk to the train station, but after that, you know what I'm saying, you could do everything. You don't gotta worry about driving everywhere. Over here, in some places, they might not even have sidewalks. You might have, and the gas station might be like 2 miles away. So it'd be, you know what I'm saying? Um, so I do miss that part of it. You know what I'm saying? Florida was one of the places that you needed a car. but it's like everywhere you go is mad Puerto Ricans, mad Latinos in general. Everything. It's everything. Black, Chinese. I liked it over there. You go to the little what is that shit called? The little Dominican fucking store where they sell all the fucking. It's a supermarket with a fucking butcher shop in there and shit like that. I love them shits. Damn, Nathan's. That shit's crazy. That's a staple over there. That's a fact. That's a fact. Keisha, I for some reason you're live. I don't know. I think when you I think that's the channel you turn like you put to sleep. For some reason it came down. It came in my algorithm. Nah, I'm lying to you. It came in my algorithm because I saw Sexy J share it. But when I clicked it, it says subscribe, and I'm like, I was subscribed to her. So how the fuck did that happen? Since 94, 95? Nah, I was just there in when the fuck was it? Not 2024 maybe? I was just in the Bronx in 2024, I think it was. In August. I was over there in Patterson Projects. Um we left the car parked and we took the train everywhere. Dead ass. Dead ass. Those fucking tolls be crazy, bro. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm like, how the fuck am I not subscribed? I said this gotta be a new channel, but it's this I got a wrench over there, so I'm like, this isn't a new channel. But I think when you put the channel to sleep, I think it takes away your subscribers, and if they turn it back on, I don't know. I'm assuming it takes a minute for it to recognize that you subscribe because I got a wrench over there, but it was saying that it was saying that Hi, East New York. Have a blessed one. Yeah, yeah, but that shit said I wasn't subscribed. I'm like, what? That's a fact. Y'all talking about food now? I don't even, now I want some. Now I want some General Tso chicken. That's what I'm about to do. Order me some. See, I don't even want to eat that shit though. Damn, I do want to eat it, but that shit's so unhealthy for you, yo. That's a fact. Yo, I be making these. I be making these breaded chicken breast sandwiches and shit like that, like a sub. I ain't gonna front. I be making them shits and after I eat that shit, I'm like, damn. Even though I make it here and shit like that, I still be like, damn. I ate all that bread and shit like that. I be watch my physique, you heard? Yes, like CJ can't stop trolling. Pause, pausa. Outside, yo, listen though, listen. When it be cold and shit like that, I be peeping the shit, not just through YouTube. I be peeping the shit on all social media. Like, yo, it's cold, yo, it's rainy, yo, it's cold, yo, it's shitty. And then the minute it gets hot, it's like, yo, it's too hot out. It's like, yo, make up your mind, yo. Yeah, I feel like a sunny 78 degrees is like the perfect weather. It's not too hot, it's not too cold. If it's 80 degrees, um, for a good month, the water's warm. You can go to the beach and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? I feel like 78 degrees is like the perfect 75, 78 is the perfect weather. Lansky, salute. Appreciate you pulling up. Right? I feel like yo, in the summertime, it don't even be summer. It don't even be summer. It be in the low 90s over here already. It's fucking May, and it's been like this for months already. Like after my birthday, like on my birthday, if y'all look at when like the times I went live, like in the January, February, you might see me in a sweater or something like that. But That's because I be up mad early, 4:30 in the morning. Sometimes I go to the store. At that time, it be fucking, it's a little chilly. You might have need a sweater and shit like that. But noon comes around, it's 75 degrees. Nobody, you can go outside with jeans and shit like that, but for the most part, nigga being short all year round. You heard? Respectfully. I feel like last summer you will see, how you look at your phone, it'll be like, yo, it's 99 degrees. But it feels like 107. Yo, you take a shower, right? You take a shower and you go to the mailbox just to get your mail. Or you might go to the car. Or for my I take the dog for a long walk every day, but he goes out multiple times to use the bathroom. I just don't go far. I'll go outside so he can use go to the grass and shit like that. Just for him to go outside and piss and come back in, I'm already sweating, even though I just came out the shower, and I hate that shit. I hate that shit because you cool off quick, but you already got sweaty. I don't like that shit. No doubt, Lansky. Yeah, but um that's a fact. That's a fact, Ralph. But then you don't come out to 8 o'clock, and then you're getting attacked by fucking mosquitoes. It's like, damn, yo, a nigga can't even. You go, yo, you're like, oh yeah, it's nighttime. The sun went down. You might have a fly pair of kicks on and shit like that. You go out with shorts and your little tank top or whatever, and then all you're doing is slapping yourself all over. You're fucking slapping this arm, you're slapping the back of your neck, you're slapping your fucking head, your knee, your fucking shin. It's like, yo, what the fuck, yo? Yeah, that's what I'm saying. She can't give up trolling. Hey, yo, DBA, the chat's on your the chat's on in that live. My 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 son was listening to the live. My son was listening to the live, but he was at work, so he was listening. He wasn't watching. He said that when he went back, he couldn't see the chat. He said the only thing that's available was the comment. But I told him that sometimes it takes a minute for the chat to come on and shit like that. Yo, but you know what though, Tay? Sometimes I don't really care about the wrenches, to be honest. You know what I'm saying? The only thing I care about was motherfucker claps me and shit like that. Like like especially if I'm not on no bullshit. Like if you go that shit for some reason, it don't matter who it is. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you might do it. Look, I remember when when KT started the in the cup page. I remember I thought that it was anybody that went in there without a wrench, you could clap them whenever. I didn't know in the beginning, I didn't know it was when he said open fire that you can clap people. So I went in there and the first person that came in without a wrench, bang, I clapped him. And he clapped me for that shit for 10 seconds. I was like, damn, yo, that's some bullshit. That's how it was before. That's how I thought. I feel like that's how it should be. You know what I'm saying? You don't get a chance to you don't get a chance to say nothing until you know what I'm saying you get saved. Even then, you know what I'm saying. I find that shit is crazy because he gives you the rules beforehand. People know what the channel was for, and the next thing you know, you're fucking they clapping his shit. Like that shit is whack. You know what I'm saying? I understand where KT be coming from sometimes with that. You know what I'm saying? Like he's fed up with it. Cause yo, uh, I don't really know how that shit works. Cause KT told me. Cause I asked him about that shit. I said, "Yo, KT, um, like one morning I had fucking 80 subscribers, and then the next morning or one night I got 80 subscribers, and in the morning time when I look, I have 45 subscribers. I'm like, what the hell is that about? He was like, nah, sometimes groups of fucking they'll have people, have all their troll accounts subscribe to you, and then they'll unsubscribe to fuck with the numbers, to fuck with your head and shit like that. I'm like, yo, that's whack. Um, I was like, yo, but I could, I was about to go live, my shit went under 50. And he was like, yo, I'm in the cut. I didn't need 50. When I started that channel, I just connected to that StreamYard and went live. And I'm like, so what's the point of it? I know you need 50 to go live on YouTube. Yo, Tay, that shit fucked me up. Dead ass. I was excited. I'm like, yo, Ming was dropping everybody was dropping my link. I was excited. Yo, I'm about to go live tomorrow. Yo, I wake up. I don't even think I went to sleep. I think DBM was live and we was on his panel. When I went and looked, my shit said 45. I'm like, how the fuck? I understand. Like, one or two, that shit happens to me all the time. The other day I had 483 subscribers, and then I looked, that shit had 479. I understand shit like that. But from like 80 something, 89 or some shit like that to 45, it's like, what the fuck? That ass. I think it's easier to give wrenches too when you're on this, when you're on like the actual YouTube like this. It's easier. You just click on the name, boom. When you're on the other joint on StreamYard, you can't do that off of the StreamYard. I think that you used to be able to, but you can't do that shit on StreamYard. You gotta go into another device and go into the YouTube app under your account. And you know what I'm saying? That's how I do it. I kind of was waiting for somebody to go live. You know what I'm saying? So I wasn't even. I was gonna do a little hour. I've been up here for fucking 107 minutes. That's crazy. Talking about absolutely nothing. Like I said, I like when the shit gets messy. I just don't like to be the one in the mess. I know it's fucked up to say, but it's like, but that's one thing, and that's another thing. When shit gets messy, I know there's no rules. Like I know Keisha was telling me the other day, there's no rules, man or woman, there's no gender. I understand that shit, but when a man comes up here and he goes at it with a woman, or a woman starts with a man, right, and the man comes up here and wows her up, then you got all kinds of dudes. It be especially the dudes that be in the chat talking about, yo, why are you talking to the woman like that? And it's like, like, like that shit's crazy, you heard? They get to say whatever, you know what I'm saying? I mean, I don't knock it, but I try to stay away from that shit because I don't really be wanting to, super violate no women and shit. I don't got a problem with telling a nigga, yo, tell your mother SMD, you heard? I don't got a problem with that disrespecting a dude like that, but I don't like doing that shit to women. I don't know why. Nah, DBN's lives are DBN has one of the strictest fucking rules. Like, look how strict DBN's rules is. That Venezuela Reyes, that's the only that him and Max is the only lives that do be hitting the panel, and he don't even hit Max shit like that. To be honest, he only hit Max shit when Max fucking messy. That's a fact. But I do like the disclaimer in the beginning. Yo, that you know what he said yesterday? I don't know if y'all was watching. He was like, he said, he put me in a trick bag like crazy because Alfie said that shit. I think it was Alfie. Somebody said it afterwards. Like, yo, um, uh, this Venezuela, he was calling the people with the hard ERs, the N word with the hard ERs, right? And I was like, because I told him I was in Alabama. He's like, I'm like, but I'm originally from Sunset Park, Brooklyn. He was like, we was talking about diplomas. I said, nah, I never graduated. He said, oh, so you got he said he called it, he said it with the hard ER. He said, you got one of those diplomas. And I said, what diploma is that? I said, I got my GED. But it sounded like that's what I was saying. I'm like, nah. I don't approve of that shit you saying. He be wilding with them words, you heard? He's calling people's kids. He's like, you don't call them kids, you call them property. And I'm like, yo, bro, like, you're a whole fucking Venezuelan, bro. Like, at the end of the day, he's a Latino. I'm like, yo, that shit look crazy on our behalf, my nigga. Like, chill out with that shit. Sometimes DBN, I'm gonna say this about DBN. DBN does go live late, but if somebody says something about DBN or he hears that shit on somebody's channel or he gets a Batman signal, DBN will spark the live right then and there. Boop. He'll spark that shit up right then and there and start going crazy, to say what he gotta say. Yeah, Keisha, did you watch DBN's live yesterday? Why? Why? DBN goes live, and DBN. I'm not no disrespect to DBN, but DBN went on a rant about, you know what I'm saying, the he got an email about, you know what I'm saying, his kids summer camp and shit like that, and you know the the arm and the leg, he has to fucking pay for that shit. You know what I'm saying? He got to amputate the arm from the elbow down and the leg from the thigh down. You heard? Pause. For the summer camp. So he was talking about that. And guess who comes in the chat? Guess who comes in the chat being disrespectful? Mind you, Shorty doesn't know. She doesn't fuck with DBN. She doesn't fuck with nobody in the chat. She don't fuck with. It was me, Mac, and DBN on the panel. My baby moms. My baby moms came over there. My baby mom, the one BDB interview. She came over there sucking wild MATHREWSKI. I thought, I thought somebody said when BDB was interviewing her, somebody said, because she said she would never come back to me. Not that I ever asked her to. She asked me, I told her no. But anyway, somebody said, she said she would never go back. And BDB said, once you go black, you never go back. Nobody called her. Nobody was talking about her on DBN's joint. I thought once you go black, you never go back. That's a fact. She yeah, that shit was crazy. That shit was crazy, and I wasn't really being too messy. You know, I listen. I do live in the same city as her and her husband and shit like that. So I said a couple things. Yo, you missed the BB. You missed kissing the tip. You heard shit like that. So maybe she would have been like, "Oh, hubby, look, he said this to me." And maybe he pulls up. You heard? I need some rec. I got a little bit of frustrations I want to get out. You heard? Uh, but I said little shit to her, and she was just typing away in the chat. She was just typing away in the chat, and I like that shit because I got that shit all screen recorded. You heard? So now, you know what I'm saying? I can, you know what I'm saying? That's more of my ammo. I could, you know what I'm saying? She's talking about when she gets 50 subscribers, she's gonna go live and she's gonna expose me. And I'm like, what kind of exposure? The same exposure you did on BDBs, on Pains? On Rose, like the same shit you went around already saying. That's what you're gonna go and say. Like, do your thing. Nobody gives a fuck. She's talking about she got a life and a career, but and a husband, but she's in DBN's chat looking for attention. they sure enough did jump her. That's what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? And the minute DBN said, yeah, but you saying this nigga's a monster. And this nigga's such a bad nigga though, but you're over here in the fucking chat saying stuff and niggas not even talking about you. She's telling niggas to shut the fuck up and like she's so important and shit like that. And you know, a lot of people that there was people in that chat that don't fuck with me. You know what I'm saying? Because of all this. And I'm glad those people got to see it. You know what I'm saying? Like damn, like that shit make no sense. Like how are you over here and nobody's talking about you? Like if I was talking about her, I would understand. I'm pretty sure everybody would understand. But nobody was talking about her for her to pop up and start saying that I'm an embarrassment. She putting up throwing up signs like emojis and like and then what's crazy is I know I could have avoided it and not said anything, ignored her, but I wanted her to type shit. I wanted her to get out her body. That way I can have that shit as proof. Like, look, I don't go looking for her. I don't go into her spaces. You heard? She even said it. I'm not on YouTube. I only came to say my side of the story and I'm leaving. I got too much going on in my life. But she made it to DBN's live yesterday. Months after we don't say nothing to each other, we leave shit alone. She missed the MATHREWSKI. That's a fact. That's a fact. It's true what they say. Once you go reeking, we leave the toto leaking. You heard? I be trying, yo, I dead ass. Listen, like I said, you know what I'm saying? I've set my story up here. Maybe me saying my story doesn't paint her in the best, don't put her in the best light. But I don't be up here calling her all kinds of slurs and all kinds of. My kids might see this shit. You know what I'm saying? They're not gonna see me disrespecting their mother. You heard? If she comes over here starting with me, yeah, I'm gonna say little shit. But to be honest, I mainly say little shit when I was with her. Anybody could sneeze her way, and I'm on their heels. I'm ready to slap a nigga. You heard? Respectfully, for any of my shorties. I say shit like that because she knows how I am. I always been like that. So when I say little shit to her, I'm hoping I hope that Pain, because she exposed Pain yesterday too. I thought it was Mr. X that sent her the link. So I kind of called him out his name and shit like that. But then she said actually it was Pain that sent me the live, but Pain wasn't typing in the chat. So I'm like, oh, she exposed that nigga for being in the bushes. So I'm hoping that Payne didn't just send her the link. I hope Payne sent him, her husband, the link. You heard? Cause anytime I ran into him, she always got her phone out. I don't have a criminal background like I've been to jail mad times, but oh shit. You know what I'm saying? When this court shit started, I haven't been going to jail and shit like that. So if I do some crazy shit and she records it, she's gonna go to the judge and she's gonna be like, "Yo, look at how violent he is." You know what I'm saying? So I try to avoid that shit. But Henny can defend himself. You heard? If somebody puts their hands on me or even makes the movement to try to make me flinch, I'm wilding you up. If that shit's caught on camera and you're trying to jump at me like to try to make me flinch, and I react by knocking you the fuck out, that's not my fault, bro. You shouldn't be fucking jumping at me like that, like you about to harm me. You heard? Anytime that I've come like close to this nigga, she always got the phone in my face. I got a video of that shit. That the nigga he got out the whip like he's about to do something. So I ran up on the nigga and she got the camera. She's like, go ahead, hit this. My son AJ recorded it. She got the camera right in my face talking about, go ahead, hit him. And you'll never see your kids again. And I'm like, I'm calling him all kinds of crazy shit. I'm like, you like that's some sucker shit, my nigga. Like that's some sucker shit. Tell your girl to put the phone down. You really feeling like that? You getting out the car? Because if you didn't feel like that, you wouldn't get out the car. You'd be like, nah, you got that's between y'all and y'all kids. You know what I'm saying? But he gets out the car like he's gonna do something for nothing. Cause then she wants to record the shit. And I'm like, that's some sucker shit. Like, put the phone down. I have AJ put the phone down. I have him delete this delete the video right now, and we just get to it. But no, you know why not? Cause the last thing that she's gonna want is to have to pick this nigga up off the floor. You heard? Cause you know, not only am I wilding, but I'm talking wild shit. I'm going live afterwards. I'm fucking, you know what I'm saying? So, Tay, you too. You have a wonderful day. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, and I'm glad people seen that shit. I'm glad people seen that shit because it's like she said it in the chat yesterday. Oh, this is what he always been doing his whole life, lying, and I'm like, how am I lying though? I'm not bothering you. Like you're coming to my space. You're coming looking for me. Talking about yuck and all this crazy shit. I'm like, come on, man. Like in 2015, she did ask me. She did ask me to take her back. She asked me, well, she specifically asked me, yo, would you be able to raise another man's child? And I'm like, hell no, I'm not doing that to none of us. Not to myself, not to you, not to the kids. I don't trust you. I can't be with somebody I don't trust. You know what I'm saying? And from then on, she's like, oh, you're not gonna be with me? I'm telling everybody you got a pinky toe. You heard? That's what she said. That I walk around with a pinky toe. So for 14 years, she was tragando pinky toe milk. You heard? Respectfully. You know what I'm saying? you know, like I'm not with that shit. Like, listen, even my son, when I did the little interview about my son addressing the shit with the dresses and wigs. Before I did that interview, I wasn't even gonna do the interview. He begged me because he's like, "Yo, these fucking people." He's like, "I don't care what you're saying, Dad." He's like, "These people, I know it's not true, but these people are still thinking that you put me in a fucking dress and that's not fucking true." And I'm like, "I know, but I'm like, AJ, I know how you is, nigga. You're not gonna be able to contain yourself and just keep it to that topic, bro. You're gonna start fucking talking wild crazy, nigga. I'm not gonna do that. You're not gonna disrespect your fucking mother up there." He's like, "Why do you care?" I'm like, "Because I'm not doing that, bro. I'm not. I'm not. I don't care what she does. She's still your mom's. You heard? And you're not gonna do that." I wish she did that. I wish she did that. What she did was she co-signed him saying that I put dress. Oh yeah, if you for y'all that don't know, that's an apartment complex. Bro, she knows that in that apartment complex we was perfectly fine. So why would you co-sign if you know it was in that apartment complex? I would expect you to say, "Oh, hold on, bro. I lived there with y'all. So how am I gonna walk by the front door and see a fucking picture of y'all niggas and not say something?" Like, but because uh, uh he was trying to assassinate my character, and she wants to stamp that. She wants to co-sign that, and I feel like that's bad. That's being a bad parent, yo. Respectfully, you heard? Yeah, that shit was that shit was I feel like that was dirty sectoring right there. That was some dirty sectoring. That was a dirty sectoring live right there. You heard? That's a fact. I don't look how many look how bad they try to fucking slander my name, and I still don't walk around trying to, like, I could have been doing lives. I could have went and started a whole different channel with a whole different name, a whole different picture, and just kept my avatar up. Never showed my face, never had my name attached to it, and I could have just violated her. I'm not with that shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm not with that shit. Like I said, it's not just her. Not just her. There's um everybody that went at it. There's a few people that I still don't talk to. You know, I might address them in the chat and shit like that. For the most part, I just leave shit alone until somebody say something, or throw a sub at me. Then I open up the Frank stand. You heard the Sabret stand. You know what I'm saying? I hear certain people talking about, "Oh, y'all niggas is too emotional. Y'all niggas is too emotional. Y'all niggas is too emotional. This and they be doing the same exact shit. That's why I get a kick out every time DBN said, "This is my last live. This is my last time tapping this." Because I'm like, if that's what you're gonna do, then that's what you're gonna do, and you're gonna keep it pushing. You heard? Look at KT. KT when KT he says he's shout out to KT. When KT's about to finish his live, he be like, I'm about to go. I'm about to get out of here, guys. Peace." He don't sit there and say like a Puerto Rican sit there and say bye for 10 fucking minutes. He says, "I'm out, guys. Peace," and he throws his outro. Boom, and that shit is done. You heard? Yo, that should be crazy, son. That should be crazy. And another thing, I always heard that this certain person always said, "If I'm violating you, I'm always gonna give you a chance to hit the link and defend yourself." But the dude that said he's leaving the dirty sector, I was backstage. I was backstage. I'm like, maybe he's talking. Maybe he don't see me back here. I hit Mac up. I text Mac and I'm like, "Yo, tell boy I'm in the back. You know what I'm saying? He's throwing Matt Franks at me. I'm not even violating the nigga." He's like, "Oh no, I don't fuck with dude. I'm not letting him up here." I'm like, "Damn, that's crazy. You don't fucking violate me, but now you fucking throw the link so I can come up there and defend myself?" Cause he was he was misinformed about something, you heard? But it is what it is. Dirty sector is gonna be the dirty sector forever, I guess. Yo, I don't know if Street Queen and Lansky still in the chat, but if they are, I was saying Street Queen, we need one of those we need one of those lives, yo. We need one of those lives. We need somewhere to go and act a fool at, you heard? That's a fact. That's a fact. We need yo, there's 12 people in here. I guarantee you, I guarantee you 4 of them are Rico Squad members, you heard? Including the leader, the one eye leader, you heard? That's a fact. Yeah, I appreciate. Yeah, oh, she is in the chat. Yo, Shrika, we need one of those lives. You heard? Even if it's not mad messy, you know what I'm saying? Just talking shit and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Like sometimes Keisha will go live, DBN will go live, Sage will go live, Mac will go live, and just them up there talking about whatever they're talking about, whatever they feel, whatever. You know, we if we fuck with you, we're gonna be in the chat. You know what I'm saying? Listening, we might add on to shit. You know, it'd be fun and shit like that. Yeah, fuck them, but they're in the they're in the bushes though. Yo, you know what's crazy, right? Like nobody sends me. Alright, how can I say this? Like for the most part, when I was in the blender, right? Somebody will go live. If it's 3 in the morning, somebody sends me the back signal. Somebody might send me the back signal, right? They might. But if somebody sends me the back signal, right, and I go pop out, you know what I'm saying? I might go sit in the bushes. I might not say nothing. I might just listen to what they're talking about. But if I do pop out, the last thing I'm gonna do is say X, Y, and Z send me the back signal. You heard? I might just say somebody send me the back signal. I'm not gonna say who. So you could tell that my baby mom's is green to this shit because she stamped that she said, nah, actually, boy sent me the link. And it's like, oh, because you can always wonder, assume, oh, yeah, the nigga sitting in the bushes, but you're not too sure about that shit. You know what I'm saying? She stamped that shit. You heard? Yo, they don't. I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure one of those trolls is one of them. You heard? Respectfully, because there's mad trolls out here that some of them we don't even know who they are. You heard? But they gotta keep it cool because if they let they if let's just say Ball Sacks, the guy from Connecticut, the Sacks guy, um, if he comes in there under his regular account, he's gonna get beat up, he's gonna get violated, he's not gonna be able to contain himself. But if he comes in there with a sock account, right? He has to play it cool because if he's not trying to get beat up and he's trying to stay in the chat and not get blocked and thrown around here and there, you know what I'm saying? He's gonna have to act like, you know what I'm saying? So I'm pretty sure there's a couple trolls out there that might be one of them niggas and shit like that, but they gotta keep it cool. They can't ever say that it's dumb. So I feel like that's mad pussy. You heard? I mean, and if you're in a troll account, just trolling and shit like that, cool. You're having fun and shit like that. But they have because if you can come into the chat, let's say Keisha for example. I'm not saying Keisha does have a troll account, but let's just say Keisha for example. Keisha could come into DBN's chat under her monetized page. She can say what's up. Everybody's gonna say what's up to her, right? She can leave and she can come back in the ghost face one. And she's accepted with her real account and with her troll account. But some people are not gonna be accepted with their regular account because they're fucking dick munchers. You heard? So they gotta come in there with sock accounts. They're forced to be. They have to be in a disguise to be liked and be accepted. Other than that, they're gonna be thrown around and manhandled. You know what I'm saying? He don't watch motherfuckers' lives, but I bet you that motherfucker drops anything he's doing. He drops anything they're doing to 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 come watch a live, and that's to me is fucking hilarious because what? Okay, DBN might do a 3 hour live, bro. That's 3 hours out of your life. I don't care even if you don't have a life. Who the fuck got 3 hours to just sit there unless you're participating in it? Like I'm not gonna go to somebody's live and if they got a 10 hour live and I can't participate in it, I'm not watching that shit. I might go and skim through it later on and maybe and see if they maybe said something about me. But I'm not about to sit there, not even for 45 minutes and skim through it. I'm gonna skim through that shit in 3 minutes. I might go to a quarter of it. If I don't hear my name, I might skip right to the half. If I don't hear my name, go to the three quarters, and then to the end. I'm out. Oh, I didn't hear. Oh, they did say what timestamp? Oh, it might have been 19 minutes. Then I might go that way. I might do that. But I'm not sitting there and spending more than 5 minutes skimming through somebody's life unless I'm typing in the chat and having fun. I'm not doing that shit. I got better shit to do. Respectfully. Respectfully. Kenzo, what it do, Kenzo? Yo, but Keisha, what you know what I'm saying? That's cool. You can do trolling, but you know damn well you don't have to if you don't want to. You don't. Some people have to come into chats disguised. You can come into in the chat as yourself and be respected. You want to have some fun and come in with a troll account? Cool. They have to be in troll accounts. They have to be in troll accounts because women. I heard boy saying, he said, "Yo, they have to go and tell these people not to like me." Why do we gotta tell anybody not to like you? Your personality makes people not like you. You heard? Nobody gotta tell nobody not to like you. People see you. Look. So I'm gonna give y'all two examples. There's a chick named the Bag of Chips, right? I mean, Shorty was talking last year sometime, right? Last May, April, May, we was talking, right? I met her in Stain's chat. We went on separate ways, but we good money. We good. Like we not. She don't hate me. I don't hate her. We good money. We just went our separate ways. There's another person that be in my chat called Henny's Bag of Chips. Well, Stain assumed that was the same person, so he had they brought up to somebody's panels. It was like, yo, uh I thought that was you in his chat. And she was like, nah. They try to badmouth me. Shorty was like, nah, I'm not coming up here to badmouth him. Me and him are good. He tried to put that he was in the dirty sector saying that I was sexually harassing her, and that's why she ran away. And Shorty was like, "That's not true, my nigga. That's not true." She cleared the air on the panel, and then he said, "Well, you stop coming around." And she said to the nigga, she was like, "Yo, I'm not gonna lie, my nigga. Like you're mad dark. You like the way you talk. You're mad disrespectful. You're scary." That's what she said. She said you're scary. He was like, "Nah, I don't mean no harm." That's one example. When BDB was interviewing my baby moms, she said the same thing. She said, "Yo, bro," she said, "one Saturday afternoon, I get an inbox," and she said, when I actually talked to you on the phone, she was like, "You sounded kind of crazy, nigga, kind of scary." You heard? So that just tells you your personality, the way even when you just talk to somebody, it's like you walk into a room, the shit could be mad sunny and mad bright, and you walk into the room and everything dims. It gets like you got a dark cloud over you. You heard? Respectfully. Yo, that they said that they even said that Chips was me. They said that, yo, if you notice when Henny's Chips comes in his chat, his avatar's up. Mind you, my avatar's been up this whole life, right? Yo, that's Henny on another device typing. So I'm like, that is not me. I'm like, it is not me. So one day I see Chips in the fucking chat. I turn on my camera and I step away from the phone and I'm like, yo, I don't know if Chips is still here. And Chips said, what happened? And I'm like, oh yeah, I'm fucking telepathically fucking writing in the chat. I'm like, that shit is fucking crazy, yo. They just, I said that shit yesterday. As a man, I know that shit hurt that nigga's feelings when I told him his girl like and it wasn't on purpose. I did that shit. I was dead ass. I was just coming out of. My son took the picture. My son took the picture. I was coming out of a pool, and when you come out of a pool, your pants are soaked, and that shit. It's like a lycra. That shit sucks to your skin. You heard? So you know, the kickstand Henny, was playing the seat, but I didn't post it. I thought it was a good picture, and my son took the shit. You heard? I posted. It was from a distance a little bit. It was on my story on Instagram, and Shorty liked it, and then she dropped some emoji like the heart eyes, and the fucking and the eggplant fucking emojis, and and I'm like, I seen that when I seen the eggplant, I'm like, I looked at the picture and I'm like, oh my god, my kids are on my Instagram. I went and deleted the picture. I didn't say nothing about it. I didn't say nothing about it. Then the day that I went into the chat, me and him already had a small falling out, but he did salute me in Cuba's chat. So I went in there, I went into his live, and I was like, yo, Payne, salute, man, love you, bro. You heard? Because when I was in need, I say this shit and I always stood on that shit. I was in need one time, and I had my kids, and the nigga put my cash app on his shit, and niggas between three different people, I got a little bit, I don't know, maybe a little bit over $100, I think it was. I don't remember. It helped me out, you heard? So for that, I was always thankful, respectfully. I was. And I say to this day, I can't stand that nigga. If I ever see him, I'm punching him apart. Yo, I'm coming from the left side so he can't even see me, you heard? Um, but I have to say what it is, you know what I'm saying? And um when when um when we had a falling out, um damn, what was the fuck? I lost my train of thought. I know he's trying to say that shit. And I said to him, look, we had this shit happen. I don't remember. I know the picture shit. Months later, oh, I went into his chat and I said, love you, nigga. And I got boomed, which was fine. I got boomed by Boston Fupa. I did get boomed by him. But right after he boomed me, she wrote in the chat, see you later, cupcake. And I never had smoke with her. So I'm like, oh, word? It's like that? Bitch, you was just liking my fucking picture. And you drop emojis on. You didn't just like the picture. You put the hard eyes and you put the eggplant, meaning you noticed the dick print. You heard? So then I mentioned something to him, and he didn't like that shit because he thought since he had Izzy over there in Texas and he had the floppy arm chick in Massachusetts, he felt he was Mac Daddying. He was Mac Daddying. But the only reason he was Mac Daddying was because Henny I never entertained it. I deleted the picture. I never said nothing to her. I never said nothing to Payne about it. I just left it alone. But when I told him, that shit hurt his pride. He's like, damn. I got one eye, and my side chick is like another nigga's dick print. Then he went ballistic. Respectfully. He went ballistic. Yeah, I haven't seen her around in a minute. That's a fact. But it's because I haven't gone live. You heard? Because I believe a couple months ago I went live and I saw her pop in there like, oh shit. But uh uh that whole Henny's chips started a whole big thing. They thought it was her, then they thought it was me, then he was saying that it was my son. I'm like, bro, just give it. He tried to you know what it was? He started coming around saying that I had the Henny's a monster with the monster. You know why? Because he was trying to keep Choki Ish just he was trying to get her not to want to suck the Mathrewski anymore. The problem was that she wanted to suck the Mathrewski, and he was like, oh my god, how can I get her not to want to suck his Mathrewski? Let me say he's got a dirty dick, you heard? Respectfully, you heard? Oh, I know that shit hurts his feelings. I know right now he's probably like, this fucking bitch ass motherfucker. You heard? Hey yo, and you know what's even crazier, Keisha? That after he started saying, yo, he's the monster with the monster. He's the monster with the monster. Here comes all the feet pictures and Toto pictures. Respectfully. I'm like, yo, you know, God doesn't like ugly, you heard? And I feel like God's like, oh, these people are gonna put you through all this. Well, you know what? I'm gonna open this door for you, you heard? I'm gonna open this door and let all these females drop their feet pics and come into you. You know what I'm saying? That shit hurt. That shit hurt nothing. And shout out to DBN because DBN said this shit mad times. George, what up? DBN said this shit mad times. DBN is like, yo, what's crazy? 1609, salute. DBN is like, yo, what's crazy, Henny, is that had them said what they said about you and that shit left it alone, you probably would have went under. But the fact that they kept going and going, they got you lit, nigga. They got you lit. Oh shit, yo, you know what I'm saying? But like I said, and again, I don't got no beef for shorty. You know what I'm saying? I move around and shit like that. I seen what it was. I seen what how people acted, not even knowing they judged and shit like that. But um, shorty said it yesterday. I said, yo, when China when BDB was up there, he's telling Mikey B, yo, Mikey, you trying to fucking prosecute the nigga and condemn the nigga, and his girl didn't even show face in the interview, and I'm like, but neither did my ex-wife. She didn't show face either. But you was, oh, that's deep, oh, that's crazy, oh, this. I'm like, she didn't show her face either. When Shorty said to me in the chat yesterday, she was like, BDB's number one supporter, she said, "Yeah, but I didn't know that woman and those kids were yours until you said you admitted they were yours." Okay, so because I was transparent and I said, "Yeah, that is them," because it was. What, I'm supposed to lie to y'all? I'm not gonna lie to y'all, because then I lie to y'all and tell y'all nada. I don't know I can't see their pictures. I did say that. Cam up. If you're gonna be up there talking shit about your father, cam up. Cam up, show your face. That's how you talk shit about somebody. You don't fucking talk shit about somebody. And the reason why my avatars are on right now, because I've showed face. Anytime I fucking talk shit to anybody, I've showed face. I've cammed up. Like, what's up? What's up? This me, Henny. This the one that's saying this. You heard? They didn't come up. But when they asked me, yo, is that, I've never, DBN, anybody that's ever asked me, was that your family? I've kept it gangster. Yes, that was dumb. Yes. I'm not, imagine me saying, no, that's not dumb. Then for the sake of making me look bad, tomorrow you hear the same voice, but this time they come up. There goes my credibility. You heard? I'm not running from nothing. I told Shorty yesterday, I'm like, yeah. What? I'm supposed to deny them? I'm supposed to say, no, I'm supposed to hear my son's voice and my daughter's voice and say, no, that's not them. That's not, to me, that's not the way it works. You stand on what you stand on, whether that's them or not. Yes, that's some fucked up shit they got up there and said. I can deny and say, no, that's not them. I'm not gonna do that though. That was them. That's a fact. Oh wow, I got, yo, you know what it is? 1609. I quit smoking, you heard? I quit smoking. I quit smoking. I was telling Street Queen this earlier in the chat. I'm like, yo, that shilling in the chat. You know what that got me? That got me. They saying that's me slurring my words because I'm drunk. I'm like, yo, I can't win with these niggas, yo. I can't win. What did I do? Yo, do you hear how he says chilling in the chat? He sounds fucking drunk. I'm like, come on, y'all. I'm not even like, I don't drink. I don't, you know what I'm saying? Like, why do I gotta be drunk? Like, this is just the way we're mocking. We're having, a little bit. We think it's funny. We think it's funny. I don't want to say mocking because it sounds like we're bullying Street Queen, but that's the way she says, yo, we're gonna be chilling in the chat. And if I'm not mistaken, she said it. She said it. But if I'm not mistaken, I think I seen DBN write it in the chat. Yeah, I quit smoking. And I quit smoking a while ago. I smoked. Listen, I think I was 11 years old when I first started smoking cigarettes. Respectfully, um, I quit smoking in 2009, and then so at 11 I was in. It was 1992. From 1992, I smoked to 2009. 2009, I quit smoking cold turkey. No patches, no gum, no nothing. Then when my father passed away In 2017, I picked up the cigarette. I was stressed out. I was like, yo, let me hit that cigarette. I hit, and it was like I never quit smoking. After I hit, like 10 minutes later, 5 minutes later, I wanted another cigarette. Yo, you let when you quit smoking cigarettes, even if you think one puff is not gonna kill, yo, it's like you never leave it. It's like you never left it. You heard? I started smoking. I smoked for a whole year, from 2017 to 2018. And then I was like, nah, fuck that. My clothes are smelling like cigarette. I was finding myself like stressed out when I gotta go to the store. It's raining out. Damn, it's raining. I'm like, damn. And I just said, fuck that shit. That's a fact, Newports. Yeah. On TikTok, man. Yeah, I've been posting on TikTok. I gotta get a little more creative. You know what I'm saying? I gotta get a little more creative because I'm just doing dog shorts and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? But that does I feel like a group of people. That's what we should do. You heard? That's what we should get in tune behind the scenes, and we should go on a panel and say something that might sound a little sideways about somebody, and then cause a whole Days of Our Lives series type shit. You heard? Even if afterwards, we get on the phone and like you laugh it off and shit like that, cause that's what sells. That's what sells. People want to see the fucking nonsense and shit like that. I just don't like getting personal and like disrespecting people like on real time. You heard? Yo, nah. My dad used to smoke Marlboros. That's a fact. My dad used to smoke the Reds, Marlboro Reds. Yo, and I was a Newport smoker, so especially when I was younger, when I would sneak a cigarette from him, oh my god, that shit tasted like cardboard to me. Like, ugh. You heard? Um, yo, my uncle used to smoke Winston's. Yo, Winston's is nasty, yo. Nah, but recently, I quit smoking trees and shit a couple months ago and shit like that. Like, I will smoke here and there and shit like that, but I just don't anymore. Plus, I got a I got a bitter ass baby mom. I got a bitter ass baby mom that she goes tries to get me for anything. So I've been quit for a couple years, but occasionally it might be a New Year's, it might be a Christmas, it might be a birthday, I might hit the blunt here and there, but I quit that shit completely. You heard? Nah, see that's the problem. That's a problem. 1609. When you try to quit and you're resorting to something else, so you're just gonna get addicted to whatever you're resorting to. That's why both times I just fucking cold turkey. Just deal with whatever you're gonna deal with for 2 weeks. That's what I dealt with the. I don't know. It might work for you. It might work for you, but to me, I felt like look what I did years ago before I quit smoking cigarettes. Maybe like 2 years before I quit smoking cigarettes, I tried to quit smoking by replacing it with trees, bro. I was going and that shit only worked for like 2 days, and then I'm like, nah, I need a cigarette because I'm smoking too much trees. I'm only gonna smoke a quarter of a cigarette. I had to just plain out quit that shit. So I just, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. To me, that shit didn't work. My mom quit smoking cigarettes a couple years ago, but when she used to smoke Newports her whole life, or well, as long as she smoked, but her last maybe 5 years of smoking, um, she quit to Parliaments, yo. I was like, Parliaments though, mom? Like, you could have went to like Newport Lights or some other shit, but Parliaments though? Like, what the fuck, man? Yeah, 16 cigarettes is yo, that's crazy, right? When I was younger and shit, I thought that that shit, you know what I'm saying, it does help with stress. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't care what nobody says. When you're stressed out, you smoke your cigarette, you feel a little bit better. But the issue with that shit is that shit is terrible. You know what I'm saying? You don't got a cigarette, you get in a bad mood. When you smoke, you start that shit becomes part of your you get up to you gotta go take a shit, you gotta have a cigarette. You eat, you get done eating, you gotta have a cigarette. If you smoke bud, you while you're rolling one up, you gotta smoke a cigarette. When you're done smoking, you gotta smoke a cigarette. You have a drink, you're smoking like a broke chimney. You heard? That shit's crazy. Yes, the parliament has this filter that it's almost like it's missing the filter. Like the end of it has a little piece, like, you know what I'm saying? It's like there's nothing there, and it's like, where's the filter to this shit? You take two drags and the fucking cigarette's gone and shit like that. I know. I remember this old dude in Rochester. Um, he was an old skinny dude. You heard, white dude. All his teeth were so fucked up, and he used to smoke ligaments, maybe. I think they were called ligaments or some shit like that. Yo, I always was like, thank God I never got into smoke. I always thought to myself, I'm like, damn, if I would have smoked ligaments, my teeth would be like that too. You heard? I'm glad that I seen people that smoke, they shits got really, really fucked up. You heard? Um, I'm glad that all the years I smoked, my shits ain't get, you know what I'm saying? I ain't destroyed my shits respectfully. You heard? Well, back in 2000, maybe 2008. In 2008, I got into a fight. I got into a fight with I got into a fight with one dude. It was three of them, but I wasn't concerned with the two other niggas. It was one nigga coming at me. He was the big dude, and I wasn't trying to get. I'm like, if this nigga grab me, it's over for me. So I was boxing him, like I'm fighting him, and his man came from the side with like a buck knife, and he hit me in the mouth from the side with the butt end of the knife. Like it was like a big wooden handle, and he knocked my front tooth in and fucked my tooth up. Yo, I ain't gonna lie, I was devastated about that shit. Nah, I wasn't calling 911. It didn't happen like that though. His man, his man, like tried to press me, and he ran up on me, like the big dude ran up on me like he wanted to fight. I'm not about to be like, yo, hold on a second, let me grab my phone and call 911. Nah, I backed up and I squared up. What up? You know what I'm saying? Um, I thought his two mans was that the one dude wasn't saying nothing. He was all he was saying was he was like okay, I put my hands up. He's like, you better not hit him, but they wasn't doing nothing. I'm like, man, I hit one of these niggas, I'm knocking him out. But his man was big. I'm like, yo, boy grabs me, it's over. I just can't let him grab me, you heard? So I'm boxing him. His other man came from the side with the knife and caught me. I'm glad he caught me with the butt though, because if he'd have stabbed me, he'd have fucked my whole shit up, you heard? But it did. It broke my lip and my tooth got pushed in. I had to go to emergency. The next I didn't even go that night. I went the next day because my tooth was facing inside of my mouth. You heard, like completely in. Nigga, I went to my mom's house and my mom's like, "Oh my god, what the fuck?" I'm like, "Yeah." She's like, "What?" Like she's looking behind me like, "What happened?" I'm like, "Nah, this happened last night." She's like, "Nigga, you just coming in here like nothing, nigga? Why didn't you go to the hospital?" I'm like, "What the fuck are they gonna do, man?" She's like, "Nigga, look at your fucking tooth, bro. It looks like when I smiled, the tooth was missing, but it was pushed in." She's like, "Bro," I'm like, she's like, "Yeah, the emergency department, they'll fucking have somebody come and fix that shit for you, nigga, or pull it out." Nigga, I went and they straightened it out. Thankfully, the root was still in my gums, like pretty good. So they straightened it out and they drilled behind it and they put a pin in there and then they filled it up and shit like that and they faked my shit. You heard? That's a fact. That's a fact. She's like, pero she thought I was just coming in from getting jumped outside. You heard? Word up. Yo, then like years later, a couple years later, I'm in 7-Eleven down the street from my mom's house and I'm buying blunts. I know the dude. I know the store's right down the street from my mom. So I always go to that 7-Eleven. I know the dude. And I'm buying blunts and I'm joking with him, but he looks at me because there's a lady next to me waiting, she's waiting to be next. I glanced over I glass over and I see the lady, but I see the dude behind the lady, and I can see that he's trying to use her as like a shield, like, so I don't see him. So I look back and I see this bitch. His name was Johnny. I see this bitch ass nigga. I'm like, look who I found, nigga. I'm like, yo, I'm gonna be outside. I told my man, I'm like, yo, all right, peace. But he seen the energy, like, nigga. I put the blunts in and I sit on the trunk of my car. Yeah, I had a Pontiac G6. I sit on the trunk. I'm dolly. These niggas, they were next. They had a hot dog, like some chili, like the chili. They put the chili on the hot dog and shit. I'm sitting outside, sitting on the yeah, the dude from the yeah, the nigga that hit me with the knife. He's the one that hit me in the mouth. You heard? I'm waiting for him to come out. I'm wilding his shit up. I'm not about to get arrested from the store. My man works in there. He's gonna have to call the police. Shorty's gonna call the police. So I'm catching him outside. I sit. They when I look, I see Shorty has a hot dog with like chili on it, but he's standing next to her. But I could tell he was trying to like, oh, I hope this nigga don't see me. Like he must have came in the store, or I came in the store. I really don't know, but it must have been too late. And he knows if he'd have walked out, I was gonna see the nigga. So he was trying to, hopefully I would leave and not see the nigga. But I for some reason, I'm like, he made it obvious by trying to like use her as a shield. So I looked and I'm like, oh, look at this. I look at the nigga like, all right, my man seen the energy. I went outside. I put the shit in the car and I sit on the trunk. Like 2 or 3 minutes, I'm like, what the fuck is taking them so long? My man comes out and he's like, yo, my nigga, they waiting for the police. You just call the police and said the nigga, he's like, they talking about you because you're sitting on your car, nigga. And I'm like, what happened? She's like, he said that you waiting out. She called the police and told the police that you're sitting on the car waiting to do harm to her husband and shit like that. And I'm like, I opened the door. He was like, no, don't go in there. I opened the door. I'm like, yo, you pussy, nigga. I'm like, you lucky. You're a bitch ass nigga. You called the fucking police, you faggot ass nigga. I bounced. What, today? That day, I don't even think I ate. You heard? My tooth hurt so bad. You heard? Yo, that's a fact. That's a fact. Yo, you know what's crazy too, Ralph? That when they my teeth have always been mad strong. When they put a pin in my shit, for the first couple of days, I was like weary about the shit. But then, like a year, 2 years later, like I would like eat. I love apples. You heard? Anytime I would eat an apple and shit like that, when I would bite into it, I could feel the tooth move, and I would always be terrified that shit was about to fall out. You heard? Bobby Ramos, salute. That's a fact. Yeah, yeah. I ain't gonna lie though. My shit recently just got like fixed, so it doesn't even. It's not loose like that no more. But for years, I'm telling you, that shit happened in 2008, and I think in the last year or two is when they made the security even stronger. You heard? My shit don't. But for years, I can always feel that shit. Like when I would you know how you could grab your tooth and wiggle it? I could feel that shit wiggle a tiny bit, and I could feel that shit. My mom be like, "You can't feel nothing." I'm like, "Nigga, you bugging." I'm like, "I could feel that shit." That shit, I ain't gonna lie. That shit always That shit always that shit fuck with a nigga pride. You heard? That shit fucked with me. With my self confidence and shit like that. I'm like, yo, I wish that nigga. I wish he would have came out that store. You heard? I wish he would have never. I should have never even did what I did. I should have never sat on the trunk. I should have moved my car because there was a McDonald's right next door. I should have drove out of that parking lot and drove right into the McDonald's parking lot, which was right side by side, and then hopped out the whip. But I wasn't thinking like that. I was on some. I was on some other shit. Uh-oh. What up? Nah, you're not disturbing nothing. What happened? I didn't even see if you wrote something. Go ahead, say what you gotta say. I don't see you wrote anything. Maybe you're gonna share it now. Unruly's viral? I was about to say that's what I was looking for. Yeah, what happened? What we looking at? He must something you see that it's usually a calm before the storm. You heard? I see nobody was on live. I'm like, sometimes it be like that. Oh, on 10 Toes Down? Hold on. Oh, he dropped the short right now? Yo, no free promotion. Nah, I did that to OG Bobby yesterday. I said, "Yo, OG, Keisha got a live coming up on her GFK page in a few minutes. You heard?" And he was like, "Oh, okay." But you know what I'm saying? I always feel funny doing shit like that because some people might take it personal. Like, yo, you trying to take people from my, you know what I'm saying? I know that OG fucks with her and shit like that, but still, you know what I'm saying? I was Unruly Females tries to fight the host 10 Toes Down. Oh yeah, I saw that. I saw he was on a podcast yesterday. Oh, yo, I seen this come on my timeline yesterday, but I didn't even click to watch the fucking live. Who's typing? What you mean? Spection is typing, saying that I don't know if you could I don't know if you could see Spec, but Spec said that 10 Toes Down Unruly dropped yeah, she attacked the host of the show. I see. I'm watching it. Yo, I seen this shit in my time, and that shit was in my feed yesterday, but I didn't even click it. I'm definitely watching that live when I get off of here. You heard? This YouTube's been dead too long for me not to want to go watch this live later. You heard? Oh, she wasn't attacking 10 though. Oh, she was about to mace, dude. You heard? She said, "I'm a true crash out." Levels 10 podcast. They did a live on Levels 10 podcast yesterday, or whenever it was. And that's where it is. You heard? Spec. Justo salute. Spec. I appreciate you. Shit. It's called. Go to 10 Toes Down page and go to his short. You'll see. You'll see at the end of the short it says Levels 10, like LEVELS, the number 10, and then podcast. Um, hold on, hold on. Hold on 1 second. I'm about to drop the link. Give me a second. Do it again. I'm gonna make the shit out of you in here. Yo, shout out to Unruly, you heard? Wait. I want you to crash out. I'm about to drop the link. Give me a second. I gotta figure out how to Yo. Can you see the link I just dropped? I dropped it again. I don't see it come on my phone. I don't see the link dropping on my phone, but I dropped it. Oh, you know what's even crazier? I can't even type on my own shit. Yo, it doesn't give me. Oh yeah, cause I'm on my phone. Yo, can y'all see the can y'all see the link in the chat? Yeah, I'm gonna do that right now. Just to say it again, and I'm putting that. Now I'm not putting it on this community wall. You heard? I'm going to my where I do my dog shorts. How do you go to your community wall? Oh, so here we go. I hope they don't take this shit personal. Yo, I just posted it on my community wall. You heard? On my Henny where I do the dog shorts on. I love. You see, this is the kind of messiness I could deal with. You heard? I share other people's shit and shit like that. That's free promotion. Yo, Ted, hit the cash app, nigga. Damn. Yo, do y'all see it on my community wall? The Yo, I wonder why I should be able to type. I can't remember. Oh no, not on this. I can't type when you're when I'm live on YouTube. Only on StreamYard. you, you, you only gotta put 10% down. Yesy, salute. Yo, Yesy, go look at my community wall where I do my dog shorts at. That not this page, the other page. Go look at the community wall. I just shared something over there. You might have seen it already though. Nah, the other one is Henny 81. The one where I do my dog shorts at. It's just the Henny 81. It's a cartoon pic of me and my dog. I did. I went on the laptop and I copied and pasted it because I can't type when I'm in my phone and I'm doing a vertical like this. It won't let me type it. There's no typing space. Um, let me see. Let me see something. Let me see if I can type something random. Oh, there we go. That page, spec. Well, he on my end, you can click on that link. I don't know if you guys can click on it because I'm on a vertical, but over here I can see it blue. But spec on that page. Here, hold on. I got you. There, you could be able. You should be able to click on my name now. Maybe the link will work too. Uh, hey, uh, I thought that I heard OG said before that now on verticals you can hit links from a vertical, but I think it's only the yeah, but on my end I can't hit the link. My end the link is highlighted blue. You heard? That's what he meant. He thought that everybody could see it like that. I can't just I can't I could only do a StreamYard on the my page where I do the dog shows. I was just saying that in the beginning of this live that I'm gonna start a new page because this page and the one I do my dog shorts on are under the same email. So StreamYard recognizes that and it won't let me go live. It won't let me attach this account to the StreamYard because it says my other account is already attached to it. So I gotta start a whole new email. I'm not trying to be messy on my other shit. So I gotta start a whole new email on a new page so I can go live and shit like that. That's why I'm doing it like this. But Spec, I gave you a wrench, so you should click my Henny. If you look at in the chat, I put some eyeballs in there. On that Henny 81, you can click on it. Oh, I should give myself a wrench. Um on that page, you should be able to click on it and go to my wall there. Yeah, go to my wall there. Respectfully. Yo, yes. I know y'all was telling me to ignore yesterday and shit like that, but I'm gonna keep it real. I had to antagonize a little bit. That way she can go on a rant. You know what I'm saying? She came looking for trouble. I didn't go looking for trouble, you heard? And I got that shit screen recorded. You know what I'm saying? She coming in places threatening shit and shit like that. But um yeah, I'm definitely gonna watch this live when I finish this when I finish this live because I gotta see what boy said to Unruly because she was with the shits, you heard? She said she's a crash out for real. No, no, I understand, Jess. I respect that. I respect that. And I appreciate you guys. You know what I'm saying, trying to keep me the fuck out of trouble and the whole court shit like that. But like I said, uh, I knew, I knew that, but at the same time, I'm like, I would understand like if I was somewhere looking for trouble, but she came over here looking for trouble. So I'm like, the more she could say in the chat, she did threats and all kinds of she said all kinds of weird shit in the chat. So I'm like, let her keep talking because I'm gonna all this is being screen recorded. You know what I'm saying? If I'm such a threat and she's so scared and I'm so this and I'm so that, why? You know what I'm saying? I'm just showing proof that she's just doing it out of spite. Oh, Unruly, yeah, she's yeah, she's a good sport. She's a good sport. That uh, you know, she like she said it, not me. Unruly, I fucks with you. You heard? Don't take this personal, but she said it. She's a crash out for real. You heard? Oh shit! Yo, you know what? Just I gave that dog to her in the Mother's Day of 2014. It was a teacup Yorkie poo. In 2018, I was working all the time. The dog needed some kind of I felt bad. I felt bad. The dog. I was staying with my sister. Every time I would come home from work, I would, you know what I'm saying, Christian be out playing basketball and chilling and shit like that. When I would get home sometimes, 7, 8 o'clock at night, the dog be in the kennel. And I felt bad for the dog. So I let Christian give it to take it with him to his mom's house. And what, maybe 3 months, 2 months later, I was at work and Christian called me. And he's like, Dad, I just came from a fucking, I'm not making fun of him, but he called me, stressed out. He was like, yo, I went to a job interview. And when I got home, the dog was fucking unconscious. And he's like, we're on our way to the vet right now. And um, I'm like, okay, he was crying and shit like that. I'm like, oh shit, I'm 50 minutes. 50 minutes away. I'm like, he's like, Mom taking me to the vet, and man, like 2 hours later, an hour later, he calls me back and he's like, Dad, the dog didn't make it. That shit broke my heart. Cause listen, when I gave the dog to her mom for Mother's Day of 2014. When she left, she even left the dog behind. I didn't want the dog. It was too much responsibility for me. So I was gonna. Christian fell in love with the dog. I didn't want the dog. You know what I'm saying? And when she left, I'm like, I'm just gonna give it to somebody. My sister's neighbor wanted the dog. When I went to give her the dog, Christian cried and begged me not to do that. He's like, don't. He's like, he's like, don't. He's like, no, and they was just going through that trauma with their mom bouncing and shit like that. So he promised. He was like, Dad, I swear I'll take care of the dog. I'll take the dog outside. I'll get the dog baths. And I'm like, I don't mind. He's like, I just don't got no money to buy the dog food. He was young still. And I'm like, I'll finance the shit, but you gotta be responsible because I'll be at work. I'm not about to come home and the dog be shitting everywhere. And you know what I'm saying? I'm like, if you gotta help, And he took the responsibility, and he did. He did. He gave the dog. Uh, he cut the dog's nails. He took the dog for walks. He did everything. You know what I'm saying? So I ended up keeping the dog, and we went to New Jersey, and we had the dog the whole time. When the dog passed away, and he has a dog. He said it on the He said it when he was on BDB shit. He said that he got the dog in the room like in a urn and shit like that. Her name was Miley, like Miley Cyrus. That's a fact. Not yo. They said I paint this. Yo, OG's a funny ass nigga. You know what I'm saying? Like I understand the art of war and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? That nigga was like, nigga said you fucking suplexed the dog. You painted the fucking walls with the dog shit. I said, damn, OG. I said, yo, that nigga said my walls were painted cocky brown. You heard? Yo, what color is that? That's teacup Yorkie Poo brown. Rest in peace, Miley. You heard? I got a picture. Yo, she used to sleep in the bed with him, right? When he used to get up and go to school, she would jump on the bed and she would she would go. Yo, she would use his pillow like a man. She was a little old thing, like 6, 7 pound, little tiny thing. Um, her she looked like she was on a California king on his pillow. You heard? She was a little old thing on that big old pillow. I'm like, look at this little thing. OG is my king blush, huh? OG OG said that he was like, yeah, fucking suplexing the fucking dog and painting your fucking walls with fucking doodoo brown and shit. I'm like, oh come on, man. I'm like, yo, my nigga, my son loves that dog still. You heard? That nigga's heart's gonna be broken if you say some shit like that. You know what I'm saying? That shit was into like that dog would have felt. When I bought the dog, I should like a $300 dog. Thinking about that shit, that's an ungrateful fucking person. You heard? Somebody gives me a $300 dog and I'm leaving. I'm taking my fucking dog with me. You heard? Fuck out of here. They told me they was like, yo, uh, don't leave your dog unattended on the couch. If you leave your dog unattended on the couch and it falls, it can get a aneurysm or some crazy shit. It can die from brain trauma. And I'm like, what? I'm like, dogs fall off the fucking bed and couch. You know how many times the dog fall off the bed? Oh shit. You be you be having OG blushes. Shout out to OG Bobby, you heard? Yo, Jess, I don't know if he was there. I don't know if he was there yesterday after you bounced. He was about to end his live and I got fucking attacked in there, you heard? By a chat person came in there and fucking started attacking me and my kids. I'm like, sheesh, what did I do? yo, yo, I'm not gonna front that blushing shit, that shit is a real thing, you heard? That's a real thing. You might not want to blush, but somebody start, you don't really, you know what I'm saying? That shit's a little. Shit, I blush quick as hell. Facts. Somebody was violating me in the chat yesterday, talking about stutter. I'm like, yo, you should have. That's some bullying shit. You heard, DBN? I'm gonna strike you. I'm gonna report your page. You heard? Because you let her bully me in your chat. I was born with a fucking stuttering impediment. You heard? I've been stuttering since I was little. And it's not that bad, but I've always stuttered my whole life. It's not. When motherfuckers say, "Oh, you stuttering because you lying." No, I've always stuttered since I was a little kid. You heard? That's some bullying shit. That makes me self conscious. You heard? DBN, edit that shit out. Yeah, I'll tell you. If I was one of the people that wake up in a pissed off mood every single day, I would. Yeah, I will. I will. Bruce is a little upset with me right now because I'm on live and he's like, "Yo, it's 1:25 in the afternoon, and you haven't taken me for my walk, bro." So he gets mad and he goes lays by the front door, like lays next to the front door, like mad and shit. Usually when he's not mad and he's chilling, he's got a bed by my bed, and then he doesn't give a damn whether I want him on the couch or not. He'll be on the couch, spread eagle. You heard? Right now when he gets upset, he'll go lay by the front door. Um, I got a blanket. I got a blanket that I put under the front door, like in front of the front door for the draft. It'd be there for the winter, but it's a draft blanket. You heard? So in the I wash it every time I do laundry. So when I wash it, I'll put it right back there. You know what I'm saying? He'll go and pull it out. He'll like stretch it out so he can lay on it. And he'll lay pissed off at the front door, and that's where he's at right now. Spoil little motherfucker. You heard? They were saying that I was they were saying that I was starving my dog and that I don't feed my dog and that's why I sent I think it was 1609. I sent them a video of like the dog's food bin, how that shit stays full. You know what I'm saying? I send pictures and videos of the dog, like, you know what I'm saying? My dog's out there. Say I beat my dog and I'm mad. Man, if you beat a dog, if listen, I know this couple that used to beat their dogs. Yo, I used to get so mad, like, um, for certain reasons. They didn't want the dog on the porch. The dog could only be in the driveway. That dog wouldn't step on that fucking porch because the dog didn't want to get his ass beat. If I beat my dog would never get on the couch. I don't like my dog getting. My dog don't get on the bed. Um, I don't want him on the couch, but I come in there, he's sleeping. I mean, he can't get on the bed. You know what I'm saying? He got his own bed on the floor and shit like that. But you know what I'm saying? I just leave him. He's not hurting nothing. You know what I'm saying? Nah, that was some Rochester shit. That was some Rochester shit. They probably passed now. You heard? But that's how they used to be. He had a dog. Dude had a dog that actually it was a pit bull. I forgot what kind of pit bull it was. It actually killed somebody. It actually it actually got away at a park. It attacked another dog. When the dude went to separate it, the dog clinged down to his face and neck, and the fucking guy ended up passing away. He didn't get charged for it because it was the dog, but the dog got put to sleep. You know what I'm saying? And the chick used to not want the dog on the fucking porch. They had a gate in the driveway, so part of the driveway was still to the street, but um it was a sidewalk, then a piece, and then there was a gate, and then they would pull their car in all the way to the back and close the gate. And the dog had between the car and the gate, which was a pretty big space, but there was a back porch. You know what I'm saying? And they didn't want the dog to go up there, and the dog. I don't know if the dog was shit or pissed at it, but they didn't want the dog on the porch. Heard? They wanted the dogs to just be, had a house and all that shit. But the dog, they used to, man, the dog would not go on that porch because they used to fuck that dog up, man. I used to hate that shit, dead ass. People are fucking. Yeah, that ass. Some people. What? I was just watching. When Dubai was just getting attacked, when they were just bombing Dubai, a bunch of people left like this building, like it was condos and shit up there, and everybody had porches. It wasn't a hotel; it was people apartments and shit like that. Fucking people abandoned their cat. The one cat was on the fucking like the 13th floor across from the building. There was another building. Dude zoomed in, and the cat was on the back porch meowing to go inside, and nobody's inside. The building's empty. I'm like, how the fuck is the cat supposed to even get down from up there? I'm like, damn, that shit is fucking retarded, yo. And my sister had two cats. My sister, well, she had many cats, but she had two cats that were they were from the same litter. One was completely black, and one was black with like rust color spots on them. I remember, and I laugh now, but it wasn't funny at all. I remember I went out to throw the garbage, and I opened the garbage can was in the front of the house. I went and I opened the lid to throw the garbage bag in there, and right on top of the old garbage bag that was already in there, the brown cat, the black cat with the rust brown spots, was the face was flat. Somebody had fucking ran it over. It was a kitten too. It wasn't like a baby kitten, but it wasn't a full grown cat. It was like medium. Somebody ran it over in front of the house, took a shovel or whatever they picked it up with, and picked up opened the lid and just threw it, plopped it right on there, and put it in a bag. Then it plopped it. So when I opened it, I'm like, oh my god! I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like, oh shit. My sister had asked me too. She's like, yo, I forgot the name of the cat. Um, I went in there. I'm like, damn, Corey. I'm like, I don't know if you want me to tell you. Like, I don't want to tell you, but I also don't want to keep it from you. And she's like, what? I'm like, it's best if I tell you. And I told them. I'm saying she's like, damn, you know? Yo, there's so many, like, that's some sad shit. That's some sad shit. That's the bad thing about having a good heart. You know what I'm saying? Uh, if you don't have a lot of room and space and land, like that shit becomes a lot because unless a lot of places you take a dog, okay, if I'm not mistaken, they'll euthanize them. If they can't find homes for them, right? They won't keep the fucking cats forever, would they? Like one of these places, shelters and shit like that, they'll euthanize them, won't they? Bruce is Bruce. I'm telling you, my back is killing me from giving him a bath the other day, and he was just by the Bruce was just by the chair. He rubs his like the where the tail starts, where his hiney end and his tail starts. That should be itching him, so he be scratching it on the back of the like on the bottom of the chair. He'll fucking rock back and forth, scratching his fucking tail and shit. I'm like, yo, bro, he was just doing that shit. I just put a short up. I just put a short up before I went live of my walk with Bruce yesterday. Nah, Bruce is he's he's more than good. Last week, I was watching TV and the nigga he did jump on the bed. I felt bad for him. He jumped up there and laid down. So I told him, as long as you lay down, but I said, don't get used to it. But then like 2 seconds later, he got up and shit like that. So I'm like, get on. I pushed him off the bed. Get on, go. I don't like, if on the couch is one thing. On the couch is one thing, but when I sleep at, I can't. I'm not by hate having my face full of hair. The motherfuckers be shedding, bro. Every 2 days. Every 2 days I sweep and I'm like, where are you getting all this hair from, bro? You're not even a hairy dog, my nigga. Like, you don't even see that shit, but them niggas be shedding a lot. I just can't. I be sneezing, my eyes be fucking watery. Facts. Mm-mm. Nah, he don't sleep on the bed. He sleeps on the he sleeps at the foot of the bed, but on his own bed. Facts. But you know what too? If the dog is not used to it, that's why I don't really say nothing when he gets on the couch. You heard? Like for the most part, he'll sleep on his bed, or you know how dogs are, they'll just lay anywhere. You know what I'm saying? A lot of the times when he hears the fridge open, he makes his way to the kitchen. What's weird is when I actually sit down to eat, he doesn't he's not begging for food. He's not begging for food. So I'm assuming he sees me as the alpha, and he's like, let this nigga eat his food. Cause I know, you know, he's not even vicious. Like you can give him I can give him a steak, and you can go and take the steak, and he doesn't growl and shit like that. I know dogs that you just look their way while they're eating, and them niggas be on some type shit. You heard? Oh yeah, that's why they're small. You heard? Miley used to sleep with Christian all the time. You heard? But this nigga, I didn't. No, and let me tell you, 1609. I've said this shit many times. When I first got Bruce, yes, he when Kim and AJ dropped him off here, once they left, remember AJ's the one that saved the dog. He rescued the dog. So AJ was the one that got him a house. AJ was the one that was coming from home, giving it water, feeding him and Kim, giving it treats. Um, when AJ and Kim dropped them off, when they left, he was because remember this was a new place for him. He was kind of familiar with me, but not like he was with AJ and Christian or with Kim. So when they left, he lay by the door where they left out of, and with his hocico, in the like he was trying to smell through the door, like he was like, where these niggas go? Um, he he laid back there, and I kind of felt bad. I'm like, damn, this nigga thinks, you know what I'm saying? Like he was looking for them. Um, a little bit later, I got him to come around. I played with him. You know, I was taking it easy on him because I'm like, he's probably like, what the hell's going on? You heard? He did sleep on the bed, bro. The first night on the bed, it's like 2 in the morning. I hear him. He's a puppy. He's a puppy, like small. He was born in May, and this was in September. So May, 4 months. He's walking in circles like in front of me. He's on the bed, bro. I remember when AJ left. I took a thing of snacks, and I gave him a couple snacks. Shit fucked his stomach up. This nigga took a shit on the bed, and not only did he take a shit, it was diarrhea. He woke me up by shitting, and that shit was splashing everywhere on my face. I'm like, no, bro, it was a disaster. At two something in the morning, I got, bro. The dog is, mind you, I don't, I know the dog is, he don't know what's going on. You know, but my first reaction is pick up the dog and put him off the bed. I take him off the bed. And I'm like, oh my, bro, I got shit on my face, bro, on my fucking shirt, on my hair. I'm like, this is crazy. Fucking, uh, 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 the pillows, the shit went through the fucking the covers, the pillowcase. It soaked into the pillows. Those pillows went to the garbage, bro. That when the yo, I had to take everything, all the sheets. There's no washing that shit, nigga. That shit went right into the garbage, bro. Like I just put that shit in a big garbage bag. That shit went out the. You know what I'm saying? I had to take fucking clean the mattress because that shit ran through the fucking cup, the sheet. I had to sit there for fucking who knows an hour, clean that shit. I had to sleep on the couch with a hoodie rolled up as a pillow because I had to throw the pillows away. Respectfully. Nah, bare hand turds. You bugging, bro. I love the dogs, but my stomach can't stomach that shit. You heard? Listen, last Friday, not this past Friday, not this past Friday. Uh, Friday the 8th. I just turned 45 in February. You heard? Respectfully, listen, I'm transparent. You heard? turned 45. When you turn 45, they say, yo, you know, at 45, this is when you get your colonoscopy. I turned 45 in February. I just had my shit done in May 8th. They gave me an option to send me a kit and do it myself, or I had to go and get that shit done. I asked them what's the procedure of doing that shit. And they say, you know, you gotta, you know, go on your own dookie. And I'm like, oh, nah. I'm gonna do more throwing up than anything. You heard? I'm gonna fucking dehydrate myself with so much throwing up. Nah, Aquarius. That's AJ's. Well, I know we're talking about dogs, but that's AJ's birthday, June 12th. Barehead turns, yo. Hey, yo, 16. When I was younger, I thought I was picking up. You know, you ever walk down or seen outside one of those turds that look completely white? I thought the shit was a fucking rock, bro, and I grabbed one and it was a fucking dog shit when I was younger. So I never forget that shit. Like, I'm just not. I just don't got the stomach for that shit. Like those. Like, shout out to anybody that works. You heard? Anybody that does those the home aid shit, bro, like that help with the older people. Shout out that, because I know those people. Some of those people need that shit. Most of those people need that shit. But yo, my cousin was telling me like, yo, you should get into that. I'm like, hell no. She fucking. I'm like, she can clean diapers. She's those bedpans, like those bedpans. Sometimes they got those little walker things with it's the toilet joint. Sometimes she's been on the phone with me like, yo, nigga, can you believe the shit broke? And the pan went everywhere, dookie everywhere. I was in the cleaning, and I'm like, oh, you see, I will get fired right there. I will get fired right there, because listen, I'm gonna be in there doing more dry heaving than any fucking thing. Respectfully, I can't do that. I can't do that. Nah. Just like heights. Just like heights. I got a friend that owns a fucking roofing company in not Rochester, Utica. In Utica. Offered me a great job, making mad money. I'm like, uh, listen, that shit might sound easy, and for the people that come, oh, that never done it, oh, I couldn't do. Listen, I thought I could do that shit too. You heard? I thought I could. When you get up there, your knees start shaking. You're more of a liability than anything. You heard? Because that's when you're gonna make a mistake and fall right off of that motherfucker. You heard? For real. But I've been up here for a hot minute. You heard? I'm about to go take Bruce for his walk and shit like that. It's a little warm out. I'm probably gonna wait till a little bit later though, because it is hot as hell. I should have took him earlier. But I'm about to get up off here and shit like that. It was only supposed to be a 60-minute live. I've been up here for 108. Oh wait, 198 minutes. Yo, that's how my vision is going bad. You heard? That should look like a zero, and that shit's a nine. 198 minutes. That's another bad thing about 16. That's another bad thing about pets, bro. Um, bro, they become family, bro. They become one of your kids. You heard? And that's not a real long time. You heard? Yo, 16. That's bro. I had a Rottweiler for 9 years, bro. And when she passed, bro, yo, I couldn't eat for 2 weeks, bro. Like, that's the only bad thing about pets, bro. Like, look, I was talking to my cousin today, right? Her niece, her niece had a service dog. It just passed away maybe like 2 weeks ago. They went and they rescued one from a place, a pit bull. She said they rescued one. The people, they when she rescued them, the people said no, the dog's great with kids. They're great with people. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a loving dog, but they failed to tell her that the dog doesn't get along with other dogs. So my cousin Samira goes over there with her dog, because my cousin Carla was telling her, "Yo, bring your dog. Let them play and shit like that." The pit bull was a boy. My cousin Samira's dog is a girl. when she bought, I forgot her name. She said, "Yo, Argenis, as soon as I opened the car door and the dog ran out, both of them attacked it. Like they went at each other. Like the other dog must have known that the pit bull wasn't gonna play with it, and they both she said my dog bit his lip and like cut his lip, and he cut her cheek. She said that was one incident. They have a baby. My cousin Carla has a baby cat too. She had a baby gate to keep the cat out of the bedroom, and Carla was on the bed, and the dog and her husband Francis was on the bed playing with the dog. The cat somehow it jumped over the fucking gate, and the dog attacked the fucking cat. My cousin Carla jumped on the cat to try to get the dog because the dog grabbed the fucking cat by the leg. So Carla didn't want the dog to hurt the cat, so she threw herself on the cat. That's what my cousin Samara was telling me earlier today. She said the cat, the cat went ballistic. And those claws be fucking deadly. The cat fucking scratched my cousin in her eyeball and shit. So now my cousin's eyeballs all fucked up. The cat's leg is all fucked up. My cousin Samira's dog's cheek is fucked up. The pit bull's lip is fucked up. And on top of all that, they had to return the dog back. They had to give it back because it caused too much. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't get along with other animals. So not only did all those people, the dog, the animals, and the people got whatever they got. The dog also bit Francis in the hand because he was trying to, it was trying to get the cat, and just reaction. Um, all these people got hurt, and they still got to get rid of the dog. Just a big fucking shit show. Yeah, Carla with a K. Carla and Francis is the husband. You heard? Yeah, yo. The pain with That's the only bad thing about pets. Like, if a fucking dog, or if a fucking dog could live for fucking 20, 30 years, you know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna say 50 or 100, but 30, at least 30, at least 20. Some of these dogs don't even, you know what I'm saying? Like, don't even pass 10 years and shit like that. And um, they get sick too. They get sick, and those. Yo, I got a good ass friend. I got a good friend named Kevin. You heard my boy Kevin. He's one of my friends' his father. I'm real good. I'm real good friends with the husband and wife and shit. You know what I'm saying? The parents. Um, his dad passed away a couple years ago, and his dad was well off. So my boy Kevin, you know what I'm saying? He inherited a lot of money. I know the parents, but he's my friend Killian. But I'm real good friends. Like when I was like 2 years ago, I got the dog in September. That that November, I was bedridden for 2 weeks. My boy Kevin, now he lives in Oklahoma, but Kevin, AJ was working all day. Kevin's not working. He's all, he's older. You know what I'm saying? He hit me up like, yo, Kim made you some food, and you know what I'm saying? I'm about to bring you some food and shit like that. No, you can't cook. He was coming over here twice a day, 50-minute drive. 50-minute drive just to come over here to bring me food and take Bruce out twice to walk him so he can use the bathroom and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? He's a real big fucking animal person. Um, he was telling me, he's like, yo, I got this I forgot what it's called. There's a credit card for like emergency for like dogs and for pets. He's like, yo, I got that shit in the stash always. If Bruce ever gets sick, or when Bruce had the when he got the when he got neutered, that he strained himself and that shit blew up like a fucking like a fucking baseball. I called the nigga like, yo, and he was like, yo, bro, take wherever you gotta go. If you ever gotta take him at 3, 4 in the morning, wherever, however much it costs, give him this credit card number, and you know what I'm saying. Don't worry about it. You know what I'm saying. He's a real good. He's one of my real good friends. Yeah, Chihuahuas for like 20 years. Just so salute. Chihuahuas live for 20 years, but them niggas be vicious. Those little bastards, you heard? And always barking. Those little motherfuckers is like they. Those little motherfuckers just barking, barking, barking. But I like Chihuahuas. My mom had Chihuahuas. Yo, those vets. Yo, 16. I didn't even tell you. Uh, April something. It was in April. It was in April. Um, that was when my original colonoscopy was supposed to be, but I forgot what happened. I had to change the day. I don't remember what happened, but I had to change the day, and it was like 3 weeks later was May 8th. Well, 3 weeks before May 8th, I went over to AJ's. It was nighttime. It was like a Saturday. He had a bonfire. We was out there chilling, joking around, and he's got 3 dogs. He's got 3 dogs, but 2 of the dogs made it and had puppies. They got rid of most of the puppies, but they still got 2 puppies, which are kind of older now. They're like 6 months now, and he still got them, brother and sister. Well, they're outside. All the dogs are outside running. They're outside joking around, playing around. AJ on his keychain has a laser, green laser. It's already dark. So AJ's got his little remember that dog? What's it called? The T-bone dog. He has a little dog, a little what the fuck is that T-bone dog called? I forgot the name of it. But AJ's playing with the laser with the little dog. Here come the 2 brother and sister, the young puppies. The one is playing with AJ's little dog, the something terrier. Is running after the green laser. So the other one of the younger pups runs and he's chasing the laser. The brother, I think it's the brother. I don't know if it was the brother or the sister, but that shit's way across the yard. That shit got a glance of the green laser, and that shit comes running from the side. And there's this little pole sticking up where there used to be a fence there. It's sticking up out from out the ground. The dog, he's running towards the laser and almost ran into the pole, so it jumped up like to jump over the pole, but it still caught the back leg. But that shit, we heard it. Ding! Yo, Kim's like, oh, I know that shit hit the dog, but I didn't really think nothing of it. AJ grabs his phone. AJ's like, yeah, I heard that shit too. But the dog kept running. The dog kept running, looking for the laser. Like, when AJ started walking towards the dog, obviously the laser turned off, so the dog's looking for the fucking laser. AJ turns his phone on and turns the light on, and in the back leg, between the leg, like where the leg meets the stomach, like, in that little crease right there, bruh. That shit was split wide open. Instantly, that shit changed the mood. We was laughing, we was joking. Instantly, but the dog was fine. The dog was still looking for the laser, like running and shit. The dog wasn't limping or chilling. Man, that shit. Kim and AJ grabbed the dog. They ran inside. They cleaned it out. It was a Saturday. It was late. AJ, they were calling around vets and shit like that. He ended up taking the vet in the morning. That shit was 800, like $790. That just fucking gave it's all kinds of fucking medicine and stitched that shit up. It was fucking crazy. I just asked AJ last night. I'm like, yo, how's the dog shit? He's like, the dog's fine. He's like, the little motherfucker act like that shit never happened. That shit was $800, bro. $800. And it's just like, it's only because it was a Sunday. But I'm like, oh my God, bro. That shit is fucking crazy, bro. Facts. Facts. And now I was telling him, I'm like, yo, you got rid of all the other dogs. He's like, these are the last 2 left, but now Kim's attached to them. He's like, nobody's nobody's hitting us up for him, and Kim's attached to them. So I'm like, bro, from 3 dogs now you got 5. He's like, but they take very good care of them little motherfuckers. Yo, 209 minutes. I'm out of here, y'all. Y'all be easy. Hit the like button for me. Appreciate everybody that came through and chilled out. You know what I'm saying? And you know what I mean? Hung around and shit like that. Appreciate you. I'm gonna open another page. I'll let y'all know I'm gonna share this shit out so I can get 50 subs and shit like that. But so I can do a stream, y'all. You heard? Salute to all y'all. Y'all stay blessed. Peace.